now. All right, let's go.
All right. Welcome to episode 6 of the Not From Nash podcast. Last episode was really cool. It was kind of cool to have like somebody that works in sports. We also have another guest that also works in sports from time to time.
Yeah, we need a little intro about you, Karly.
Okay. Well, I'm a photographer based in Nashville. Originally from Minnesota, so land of the cold.
Yeah, the pictures you posted were crazy.
It was like -20 there the whole time.
Looked like you were just in a blizzard the whole entire time.
I kind of was. Not the best, but yeah, I would say I'm shooting all the time. My latest projects, I've been in Miami shooting for CrossFit a lot, and I've done some work in the NBA, and then I'm shooting the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl coming up, so I'm excited to keep going in sports and that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I could
it's a
not
good
imagine
time.
being at the Super Bowl or the Pro Bowl.
Sick. How'd you land that? Like,
So I'm doing some work for an agency called Ripple Sports, and they work with a few like NBA players, NFL players, whatever. And his name's Bijan. He's the agent. He's connected me with his athletes and whatnot. And so I met Minka Fitzpatrick out in
Todd.
Bama. Yeah, no. I met him out in Miami when I was there, and then we vibed pretty well. And then I wanted to be able to get some Pro Bowl stuff for him, and just like also he's bringing his family and stuff out, so I wanted to be able to like get the behind the scenes feel for him too. Mm-hmm. Just because like I care about that even more than like the performance side, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone sees, is like everyone sees the same stuff on the TV. I want to show people like more behind the scenes of everything. So yeah, that's kind of all the different type of connections, I'd say.
I feel like that's the coolest thing that you do as far as like photography. Just being a photographer myself, you capture like those moments that people don't see really well. Like, for example, I know you didn't say it, but you shot Chris Bumstead at the Olympia, and sure, the on-stage stuff is cool, but you like really captured the stuff with his friends and family like insanely well.
Thank you.
So like what like points you in that direction more so than the performance itself? Like how do you distinguish when to get away from the performance and get into the other stuff?
No, that's a good question. I would say like I initially moved here for a company called Proven Fitness, and so I was in the CrossFit world for a long time, and basically everything that I was shooting like all day every day was CrossFit. It's always like the gym content, the competitions, all of that. And to be honest, like it gets really tiring just doing the same competitive stuff over and over. Like it's the same workouts over and over. Like even a lot of the NFL photographers, you're shooting the same games over and over. It always looks the same. And so like when I started like reflecting after this year's CrossFit Games, I basically just started realizing that my favorite shots weren't even the performance moments, like even of like Tia winning or whatever. Like my favorite moments were like her like hugging Shane, her husband, and like the shots that like most people don't get to see. Like those meant a lot to me because like everyone always sees the floor moments.
I feel like that's what distinguishes like Minka Fitzpatrick, for example. He'll want to hire you because you'll capture that stuff, whereas somebody else can be like, oh, I want to get all the cool on-field stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like definitely a niche that isn't filled all the time.
It's just a preference. Like I can personally like connect a lot more to shots that like I don't get to see all the time. Like if I'm ever watching football, like I can see all the shots from the games from my TV essentially. Like there are cool angles and whatnot, but like I really think it's cool if you can see parts of athletes' lives that not everyone gets to see, and you can learn more about them because that's what makes them so great. Like yes, the field moments are sick, but like who they are off the field is equally as cool.
Yeah, some of my favorite stuff seeing is like whenever like a team or like a player posts, like you know how like before the game, like they'll be like throwing a ball with a kid or something like that. Just like even like little stuff with that, like that. Just like some of these athletes do understand like how important they are to other people. Like even taking 30 seconds to like sign a sign for like some little kid, it's like you just made that kid's year probably.
100%.
So
and Jalen Hurts fit. He sends me Jalen Hurts fit every week.
Jalen Hurts is the drippiest man in the NFL.
Hey.
I could just disagree severely.
Who do you think's the drippiest in the NFL?
Jalen Hurts.
It's got to be Justin Jefferson, dude. Or Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Shiesty.
Joe's icy, bro. Joe's that guy.
Yeah.
That dude.
He really is. If I had to be like one professional athlete right now, it'd definitely be Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Why?
He's got it on lock.
That's just Joe Shiesty.
I feel like all of the world, male, female, indifferent, is tuning into NFL games to watch Joe Burrow.
Yeah, could be. So for more serious, like what got you into CrossFit? Like, did you just always do CrossFit and you just kind of got into it from your like passion from photography, or did you like?
Yeah, so I played sports all growing up. And so in college, I wanted something like, I like lifted whatever at the gym, like at the University of Minnesota and stuff. And then I was like, kind of bored. Like I want something more competitive. So CrossFitters are like, there's a class, like multiple classes every day, and everyone's pretty competitive at the gym. So I loved that for a while. And then as like a creative outlet, I would just keep bringing my camera into the gym and photograph people like that were there, more just to like have fun. And I was full on planning to go to law school. Like I studied for the LSAT, like, I don't know, studied for 4 years to do that. And I worked at a firm and I was like, I can't do this. Like I have such like so much creative energy that it felt like such like a black and white world to go into law.
Just limiting yourself.
Totally. And so it's truly like a calling of like, I was working at one of the best firms in Minnesota for franchise litigation, which I was really interested in. And then I was like, I can't do that. Like I need to pivot. And so I took a huge like leap, and then like the world shut down with COVID, and I was like, good thing I just lost a secure whole life.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did everything during that time to just keep shooting, and like I did a ton of like small business work for people and whatever. And yeah, naturally, that was only like 3 years ago now. So to look at that, like where I have come from, is pretty wild just in 3 years. But yeah, it's always.
Were you always kind of like into photography, or did it kind of just all start around
No,
3 years ago?
I've been shooting since like age 8. Like I got my first camera, like a super dumb like Canon PowerShot. Like I would have like my sister pose in the backyard and like do really cringy stuff. But I loved it. Like I would bump the saturation way up and like bump the clarity. Like it was trash, but I was having fun. So I've shot since I was really little.
Okay.
And it wasn't until like I shot my first wedding as a 9th grader, and I just like shot all throughout high school as like a way to make money. But I was like, I'm not doing it as a career. I'm gonna hate it.
Were you pretty nervous in like 9th grade? You're shooting somebody's wedding.
Oh yeah, like looking back, I didn't. It wasn't backed up by 2 cards. It was just one single SD card. Like.
Oh, I'm a big truster in my SD cards. I'll go 1 card till I die.
Oh.
Gotta live on the edge a little bit.
Are you kidding? You don't back anything up?
No, there's
So
1
this
card
is-
in each of those cameras right now.
See ya, guys.
I have so much trust in them.
Yeah, you do. Damn.
I got good SD cards.
I mean, so do I, but like, can you imagine? Like, sorry, the SD card corrupts for your wedding. You can't get that back?
Didn't happen to me in like hundreds of weddings.
Oh my gosh, that gives me stress.
Yeah, one card. I could throw 2, but
There we go.
Gotta risk it sometimes.
yeah, I feel like that's the fun in the whole thing.
Yeah, I try not to mess around with people's like big moments though. I'm like, I gotta just
Yeah.
back it up.
I mean, if I was shooting for somebody and they're like, "Hey, can you use 2 cards?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." But if
they're
it's
not
my,
Yeah, but
They're not
who's
gonna
gonna ask
know.
that? Like,
I mean, I've had people that are like, "Hey, like here's the rules that you need to follow if you're gonna shoot for my company." Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Like when I was shooting for this one company, they tell me what lenses I had to use for preps and stuff.
Really?
I hated it, but I just did it.
I'd be like, how would I do my job? You do yours.
I mean, they were shooters. Like it's just,
Oh.
but to me,
But they're
it's
trying to micromanage you.
yeah. I'll shoot a prep with a 105 if I want to. Like I'll just back up. What's the difference?
Yeah. I'll shoot on a 70 to 200.
You're gonna tell me how far I gotta stand from somebody too? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
You
Makes,
hired
like,
me. You
what
like
is
the
that?
work.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have no idea what y'all are talking about right now, but
Just lenses and camera stuff.
Yeah.
well, I get that, but
Yeah.
I don't get the jokes behind it. But
When did you start shooting?
Sophomore year of college, so
Okay.
I was like, James is more new.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
maybe 4 years now.
Okay.
I always had a camera growing up, and I was always into shooting pictures, but I was more focused on like playing sports and all that stuff. I gave no time into thinking of what I was gonna do with my life.
Yeah.
And then my dad's best friend was a chiropractor, so I was like, oh, that's what I'll go do. Like I love his job, makes a ton of money. Like I'm gonna go do that. So then I went to school for exercise science, took organic chemistry. That was the end of that. I was really into like the whole sports broadcasting world. So I was like, oh, I'll go into like television, digital media, that space. And then I kind of just found a group of friends that were photographers at the time. Kind of latched on the one who really taught me like how to do everything.
That's awesome.
Put me in touch with another group of people. I worked weddings with that group of people up until I moved.
Okay.
So they really taught me like everything from photo, video. That's the one thing I love is that in our space, you could kind of just do whatever you want.
Oh, 100%.
Like you want to shoot photo, go ahead. You want to shoot video, go ahead. You want to edit audio, go ahead. Like there's
Very
just
free.
There's just no. You're not caged in anywhere in any space because you could shoot anything you want. Nobody can really tell you like no.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That's probably why I loved it, honestly, growing up. Because, like, art for me was such, like, a freeing thing. Like, in school, like, you have to, it just felt so rigid. Like, I was good at school because I tried hard, but, like, I loved art because there were, like, no rules. And I could just literally do whatever I wanted. And that was very freeing. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think that's a big part of why I love it so much, for sure.
I'm pretty crappy at any art form other than this. To be honest, I can't draw.
Have you tried?
I can't do
my handwriting literally looks like I draw with my feet. It's really bad. I have really bad handwriting. So like anything artistic outside of photography or videography is pretty much it for me.
Wait, you too?
I can't. Nah. I mean, I don't have shit handwriting, but
my handwriting's really bad.
I can't draw. I could paint inside the lines. I could color the boxes.
I struggled with that as a kid.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oof.
So you like
Dang.
You draw and stuff like that too?
Oh yeah, I do anything I can. Like I draw a ton, I paint a ton. I really want to get more into pottery. Like that sounds cool.
That'd be cool.
It does.
See, my sister's super artistic though.
Yeah.
Like she could paint, draw like from scratch. Just
that's sick.
I don't have that.
Nah, I don't
bet
either.
if you try, like, how much time have you tried though?
I mean,
art class in high school.
Art class in high school, and I figured I was like, yeah, this is probably not for me. My calling.
Yeah.
I go through. I'd
make my like project, and the teacher just be like, "What is that?" Like the other kids would get there's like on the display, yeah. And this guy was like, he's like, yeah, that's an A for effort.
My stuff was like never in the what was it called? They'd have it like every year.
The art shows?
Yeah.
Like he would do that or like the display like outside.
I'd never be in any of that.
Never been in one.
Nope.
It's kind of mean, hurt my feelings.
Guys.
Were you
guys ever in spelling bees?
Nope. We didn't even have
I
those.
did one in like.
Oh heck yeah.
5th grade year maybe or something like that. I was in a spelling bee.
We didn't even have spelling bees. Like my high school was ghetto. We did not have spelling bees.
They said screw it. That's funny.
It is what it is.
Why Nashville? Like what brought you from Minnesota to Nashville?
Proven. So the company that I worked for, Tia, is like the 6-time fittest woman on earth in CrossFit. And her company's based here. Her and her husband are Australian. They moved here, and they have like a whole training camp out in East Nashville that I came and became like the creative director for. And I did all their photo design, social production, and then we had 2 videographers with us. So.
What led you to like branch off and just do your own thing and leave that completely?
Good question. It was a big decision, I'd say. I felt I was working 24/7, not to like their fault, but there's just so much work 24/7 that I just needed to always be working. And I like started asking myself pretty tough questions. Like if I did this for the rest of my life, would I be cool with that? Like do I want to do other stuff? Like, am I feeling like in a rut creatively? Like, do I want to do more? All that stuff. And the answer is yes to basically all of that. And
were they willing to let you do other stuff, or it was like, no, like you work for us type deal? I
kind of had to like run it by them more, just because I was very busy with all the work that I had. But yeah, I just like, I think too, my the more work that I was doing like on myself and like really coming into my own a lot, I was just realizing like if I'm just dedicating so much of my energy and time to one thing, like I'm so much more than one thing. So it just felt really weird to like pour so much energy into one thing and feel like
kind of just felt like a temporary thing.
Yeah, 100%. And so yeah, it was a big loss for sure because that whole squad was like my family for like a year and a half here. But I immediately started making connections as I could, and yeah, really took off from there.
Yeah. I feel like spaces like that also, not to like, I don't know, be weird about it, but they just don't pay you for the work that you do.
Yeah.
Because it feels like you're doing so much work. And it's like if I did this work on my own for a bunch of different people, I'd be doing much better and it opened way more opportunity.
Yeah, totally.
So like I think it's cool to do stuff like that to get your foot in the door somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you have that like drive and desire to do your own thing, never stop yourself from doing your own thing.
Totally.
Ever.
I think too, like I'm such like a growth oriented person that like being under like having somebody like control what I'm doing 24/7 was really hard for me. Like I just naturally just want to keep doing more and seeing how far I can get. And so, yeah, I needed a break from that, and I'm very thankful that I did because like especially like I love sports media, like being able to do that, it's just opened my eyes to like there's so much more money in professional sports like of that, but also like there's so many stories to be told with athletes that I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, a whole thing.
What's your favorite shoot you've done so far?
I would say the most fulfilling shoot for me probably was Olympia, like with Chris and his family.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
He's like a mega celebrity. Like
so like
in the fitness world.
like everything that the fitness world is like him right now. Like everybody, that is the physique you want. That's like the person you want to model. He seems like such a good guy just from like the content and stuff. Whoever his video producer is really
Kelvin,
good.
yeah.
I saw this one like small documentary that he did for him about it. It was so good.
Have you guys seen his show day finale video?
I saw
like an hour.
I saw it was like a 5-minute little clip on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what it was. It was more like behind the scenes stuff, like Chris at home, kind of just talking, like going through regular
Champion
stuff.
mentality stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Kelvin, his videographer and YouTuber, is incredible at what he does. Like,
What's he shoot on?
Canon R5, I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. He truly is like a ride or die Canon, and he'll fight you on it.
I was too for a while.
Okay, cool.
It's just really expensive. Like Canon's glass is ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
Ridiculous. I had a EOS R. I had the 28-70 f2, the 50 1.2. I had all the lenses. And then it like really hit me. I didn't have insurance at the time, and I dropped the 28-70.
Oh, yeah, done.
And shattered it. Like shattered it. Thank God I like went.
That's brutal.
There was like a loophole through our school insurance because if you were part of the media production program,
nice.
they made you get insurance, and it kind of insured your own stuff to a certain extent. So I kind of got lucky, but it really hit me like the whole I don't know, Canon's so expensive.
It's very expensive, yeah.
And for now, they don't the mirror. I know you shoot with a mirror, but the mirrorless mount, they didn't give the properties to any of the other companies. Like I'm big on Sigma. A lot of the lenses I have that aren't like the 50 1.2, it gets no better than like the Sony or the Canon one, obviously. But other stuff, I'll grab a Sigma lens unless it's like a telephoto.
Yeah, for sure.
And Canon didn't give up that mount yet to anybody else because they want you to pay $5,000 for their lenses.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
brutal.
That's tough.
It is brutal.
I can't believe. So why? This is definitely a choice. Why are you still shooting with the mirror? It's definitely a choice.
So people 100%. People give me so much shit for
I respect it though. It's a flex.
One of my cameras is a 5D Mark III and it's broken. The shutter's effed on it. And so like all the comps that I shoot, half of my stuff is like on a broken camera. Like
damn.
So I was telling like somebody today, I was like I just like the look of it. Like mirrorless shots are awesome. Like don't get me wrong, they're clear and super crisp. I personally just really like
It's
less
gonna
crispy.
It's gonna be hard
It's
because eventually they're gonna stop making it.
I know.
Well, they did
I'm
already.
already sad about it.
They stopped making it, so you better buy a bunch of 5D3s.
I know. But honestly, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I really like shooting on that camera.
That was my first camera.
Yeah,
I loved
Mark
it.
III?
So good. 5D3 was so good.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I should upgrade it, and, like, I should get a mirrorless, but I just don't. Like, I don't know.
I feel like for the style of stuff that you do, it fits.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it, but everybody I know at every comp, every game, everyone's shooting mirrorless.
I mean, if you handed
Like,
me a
sorry.
mirrored camera, it'd probably take me a couple minutes to figure it out again.
Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah.
different. Getting that real time view is so different.
I know, right?
It was game changing. When I went from a mirror to a mirrorless camera, I was like, I will never go back ever again. Because you could really
love it.
you could really just focus on the framing, like all the exposure stuff you have dialed in, and if it changes, you could see it in real time. So you could really focus on the moment or the framing or whatever it is that you want to look at. Like,
Yeah.
it just took so much weight off my shoulders, especially with weddings and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And then no blackout for sports
Yeah.
is really nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get one after this podcast.
I don't know. I think you should stick with what you got. I like it.
I definitely love it. Like, kind of circling back to Olympia, like the shots that I got, like I personally love imperfect photos. Like everybody, something that I realized about the bodybuilding world in general is like everybody wants the stage shot, like of the, like when their like muscles are tensed at the perfect moment so that they look amazing. And I get it. Like those shots are cool too. And like there's hundreds of photographers there getting the exact same shot. But like what was cool, why that shoot meant so much is because a big reason why I stepped away from Proven was because I cared about a lot of like the more like vulnerable behind the scenes shots that like I didn't feel like I could fully get in that environment. And so they specifically hired me for the shots that not anyone else will get. And so like I was kind of hired to do something that like I've always wanted to do. Like I truly could care less about like the same shot everyone's getting of him on stage. Like I want the photo of like him crying with his family and like him hugging Courtney and like
How did that even happen? Like how did you just get associated with Chris Bumstead, the most famous fitness individual on the planet?
Yeah, so his creator Kelvin, we both have followed each other for a bit, and we'd like DM back and forth about different stuff, and Chris is pretty aware of CrossFit and like Tia and who I used to work for and whatnot, so we would just like go back and forth, whatever. And then Chris came to Nashville for a meet and greet, and they had me do some like photos for him there, and I got to meet him and Kelvin and the squad at like Raw Nutrition, which is Chris's company. And yeah, I bonded really well with them. Like I kind of always tell everybody I'm kind of a bro. Like I'm not somebody that like as a photographer I want to be as much in the background as I can. So like vibed really well with them, and then they were like, yeah, let's hang in Olympia. So
did he have his like own photographers outside of you taking the stage shot, or did he just pull that stuff from Olympia?
There's a few different photographers that shoot for like IFBB and then like Olympia itself. And so like he had those photographers give him content and whatnot, which like they're incredible photos. Like he should go to them for that. Yeah. So yeah.
I remember one of my friends did a pro meet for IFBB Pro, and he was like, you can't come. Like they won't let people go.
They're pretty tight on that stuff.
Like they will not let outside photographers go. I mean, I'm sure for Chris Bumstead, they're like, yeah, whatever you want, bro. Like
I didn't have a media pass for like even like a day or 2 days out because they're so hard to get. And so I don't know what happened, but I got one last minute.
I'm sure whatever C-Bum wants, they'll make happen in that building.
Yeah.
So I saw like a TikTok from Olympia, and it was like all the other contestants like signing, like talking to each other, like signing autographs or whatever. And like it was like him, and he was just like locked the fuck in. Like,
in his Carhartt?
Like, yeah, like I can't remember. Yeah, it was literally that. Yeah, same video, but he was like hoodie on, like everything. I was like, this man is on a mission.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure he wore that to be really discreet so that people like wouldn't whatever. But there's a few memes that started coming out of his outfit because like I was taking photos, Kelvin had video of him on his YouTube, so like people started really picking up on the outfit. So it like actually did the opposite of what he was hoping.
Yeah.
But
Do you know Jesse James West?
Mm-mm.
He huge on YouTube, has like 2-3 million subscribers.
Okay.
Huge. Went to the same college as me. He was at Olympia.
Oh.
And he dressed as Chris.
Wait, I think I saw this. Chris
and
shared
walked
it.
around, and people were like thinking that he was T-Bone.
That's hilarious. I think I saw that.
But dude, that kid, he all throughout college would walk around with the camera like in the dining hall everywhere, and people made fun of him for it.
Yeah.
Like really made fun of him for it, and now he's like one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Yeah.
So just crazy. I was never really great friends with him. He was on the lacrosse team. I played soccer, so we knew each other high and by, but I was never really friends with him. But I remember like the kids on the lacrosse team used to clown him 24/7 about it.
Dang.
And then now look at him.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd be like, look at me now.
It was crazy. He played Division I lacrosse and then dropped it because he wanted to do more like content related stuff, and they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, dang.
So he went to the school that I was at, which was Division III.
Okay.
And then did his own thing there, and it ended up he never really blew up until after college, but it was still crazy.
Did you guys play sports in college?
I played soccer.
Soccer? Cool. No?
Back injuries.
Oh, shit.
What could have been?
What could have been?
Yeah. Dang.
It's so
That's all good. It was meant to be. It was going to be.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I felt so bad today when you saw me. I was rough.
Really?
I was in rough shape.
I know you had your hat on and just looked like you were death. So I was like, I'm chilling.
There were points in time in the workout where like if I felt like people were around me, I was just putting my hood up over my headphones and my hat and just putting my head down, bro. I just couldn't do
What
it.
did you hit today?
I did chest and back, but it's just like, remember I was saying my throat hurt? I don't know what happened. It like got worse throughout the week, and then this past weekend I felt a little bit better, and I've actually felt better today, but that first day back in the gym is always brutal.
Yeah.
Yesterday was rough for me.
Have you been sick too?
I've been really tired from like.
I think it's the weather.
I think between the weather and then like the previous, not last weekend, but the weekend before, like it was just a lot.
What'd you guys do?
Bullshitted. Go to bed at like 3 a.m. every night for like 3 straight days. So, like,
for sure.
I was just like worn out, and then like after the gym, I was just like, I'm exhausted. Today I woke up at like 1, which I don't know the last time I've ever woken up that late, but
Dude, yesterday,
Dang.
I really felt like crap yesterday morning. I texted my boss. I was like, I'm not working today. I was like, I'm going to put time in. I didn't wake up till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Jeez.
And then I didn't go to bed last night until like 4 in the morning because I woke up so late. And then today it was like 8 o'clock. My alarm went off. I was like, I have to get up. Like, I have to break the cycle of what I'm doing.
today's workout wasn't too bad, but
Nah,
still feel tired.
literal death, bro. Like death. It wasn't even like the difficulty of the workout. My body was just like, what the hell are we doing?
I absolutely wrecked my quads today.
That's good.
It was great. I was dead.
Couldn't even imagine if I had to hit legs today. I just wouldn't have did it.
Yeah, your soul would have exited your body for sure.
Yeah, I forget who was next to me. I only know a handful of people there, but somebody I knew was next to me. And they were like, yo, you good? You need a spot? I was like, no, I need to leave the fucking gym.
You're like, no, actually, can you pray for me?
Like, I need to just get out of the gym is what I need to do.
Oh, dang.
I don't know. I felt better after. Like, once it's over, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You should go to Quantum. I heard you don't.
I'm going to switch here soonish.
You should.
I'm going to switch.
There's a cool squad going on there.
Yeah. It's just a lot.
Kinda.
Quantum humbles me.
Yeah, there's some competitive people there for sure. It's motivating though. Like that's
for sure, it definitely is.
Yeah, like if I'm at like Planet Fitness or something, or I don't even know.
that's where he goes.
That's where I go.
My bad.
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
I
call
get
you
my
out.
workout in. I leave.
No, for sure. But like I get like because I grew up playing sports, I feel like I get weird energy out of people being competitive in the gym. That I'm kind of like adding more weight, like being weird.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, I do that same thing too. Like
Yeah.
if there's other people around me, especially if it's guys, and like they're just kind of like not lifting that much. Like I just keep up bumping. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's just like
Till you go to
that,
Quantum.
that ego's coming. No, that's what I'm saying.
Then
So,
it goes right into
Planet
gutter.
Fitness. I'm out here like just
Yeah.
lapping these dudes, and then like I go to Quantum, and I'm like, oh, this 60-year-old woman is lifting more than me.
Isn't that annoying?
It's so annoying. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. The amount of days that I'm there, that I'm lifting, like I'm squatting more than all the dudes, I'm like, let's go, guys.
Yeah.
I remember I used to power lift, so I have a pretty strong squat. I fractured my vertebrae in my spine, so I kind of stopped lifting that heavy. But one of the first times I was there, I had like, it was like 345 on the bar squatting. I was like, oh, like, then there's somebody next to me who's squatting, like, I guess a little bit lower weight, which is fine. Like, I don't lift that heavy all the time. Then I don't know him personally, but I know of him because he works there, Clayton. He started squatting next to me, and I was like,
yeah, he's one of my best friends.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna retire from this gym like now.
Yeah.
This
You're like,
just
I'm quitting.
6'8" massive human being that is strong as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just done.
He's such a teddy bear, though.
I'm gonna retire.
Yeah, 100%. He looks huge, but you talk to him, he's the sweetest person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the most, like one of the cooler things I think about Chris. I feel like any Mr. Olympia, like you didn't hear about them until after their career. I feel like Chris is very open and honest now.
I think that's why he's like won the respect of so many people, honestly. Like genuinely going into Olympia, I was like, okay, I don't really know what to expect. It's like the mecca for jacked people. So I'm like, let's see how this is. And honestly, like there's so many different camps there of people, of like different families and different friend groups, whatever. And genuinely, like Chris's family and friends, like they're all so supportive of him. They're so humble. They're so honest and vulnerable. And like they show up for him 100%. And it felt like I was a part of a family for a weekend, truly.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that like he's so honest with people about how he's doing, like he's not trying to be anybody that he's not. And like you think about bodybuilding and it's like, it's all about like that, like your physique, and it's honestly pretty shallow at the end of the day to like be judged on that. But like he totally, there's a complete other side to him that he really shows with his YouTube and all of that by just being really honest with people. And like he has so much depth, like for being an athlete, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's cool.
Authenticity sells.
Absolutely.
One of my friends is like a top 10 powerlifter in the world for his weight class.
Oh, damn.
For like juniors, because he's 23. I think you're a junior until you're like 25 in powerlifting or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like top 10, and we talk all the time about like, you know, health overall outside of, you know, lifting heavy weight, because at a certain level, almost all those athletes are enhanced.
Yeah.
And the one thing about Chris is he really can't be all that enhanced because he has problems with his liver. So like for him to win every year and show up with that physique, knowing that he can't, you know, get that extra boost like the other people that are on stage with him, is crazy to me.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. I don't know how it's possible. Like actually no clue.
It's pretty impressive for sure.
Like he is just a different level.
Yeah.
So, do you have like a list of people you want to work with? Or like, who's your top like person you would want to work with now, if given the chance?
Honestly, I don't have a list, but I'm really interested in working with more like NFL, NBA players, and like being a part of more of their story a little bit. I mean, honestly, like what I've started to realize about like just how I am creatively is like I don't really care who it is as long as they'll be really honest and straight up. Like I have access to a lot of photographers just from being in that space for a while. But I haven't done as much work with like professional athletes in like the NBA and NFL and all of that. So I'd say like definitely getting more into those spaces would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think too, like, it's not that I just want to like shoot their games and like, I don't know, like travel with the team or whatever. Like I'd want to be like let in a way to like portray them as more than just an athlete. And that takes a lot of trust. Like, that's
Yeah.
not something I can just show up at their door and be like, hey, like, let me in, kind of. So that's going to be more of a process. But, like, the athletes that I want to work with are going to be equally as excited to, like, show people more of them. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's what I really care about for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to shoot the games.
Like the CrossFit games?
No. I have I'm like scared of CrossFit.
Really?
I'd be petrified
Have
to
you
do
ever done
it.
a workout?
I would never.
I
In
used
a
to do
million
CrossFit
years.
in high school.
I would never.
For real?
Yeah, so I did it in high school
Let's go, Nick.
just to like get like super like lean, and then I did, and then I was like, okay, well I want to start building like the mass. And,
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of hard to do it from like just the CrossFit workouts, so then I stopped the CrossFit and then just did a bunch of powerlifting.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Workouts are a pain in the ass. My
Yeah.
favorite is like the Murphy Day.
Oh,
The Murph,
yeah.
that's always.
That's
I
tough.
still do that every year.
Like the mile run.
Yep. It's like
300, 200, 100, something.
Yeah.
And then a mile run. I should know that. That's bad.
I just couldn't.
I throw up every time I do it. Swear to you.
Oh.
I'm in
You
pretty good
sent
shape.
it.
I'm in good shape right now. Well, yeah, because like, my dad was military,
Yeah.
so like, and I love that movie, The Lone Survivor, and
Mm-hmm.
everything about that. So like, when I watch it, I'm just like this guy went through 20 times worse. I think I could fucking do this like
Literally.
workout and this run, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite things to do, honestly.
I watch a lot of Joe Rogan, and anytime he has David Goggins on, I feel like absolute shit.
Did you see the one with Stavi
Nah.
when he was calling him like a fat fuck?
That's not
and
real,
shit?
though.
No,
That's
I know
not
I
real.
know it's not real, but he's like you miserable fat piece of shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
my God.
Stavi's just like, yep.
But dude, he'll be like, yeah, I ran like 20 miles in this marathon with no shoes on and all my toes broke. And he's like, I just had to do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just sat on the floor and been like, my toes are broken.
You're like, I'm skipping the gym today.
Yeah, like what?
It's a block away.
Just makes me feel like
I ain't
shit.
running nowhere without no socks and shoes, first of all.
Or my toes. Never mind the
Miss me
socks
with
and
it.
shoes.
Yeah, dang. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm ready for the cut though.
Huh?
It's about that cut season.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up.
Summer's coming.
Summer is coming. Pool season.
Whatever happened, man.
Nah,
If it was meant to be, it was meant to
we're
be.
about to start having to hit those runs around Centennial.
Have you been doing like a intentional bulk and then you'll do an intentional cut?
Kinda.
Okay.
I'm just eating a lot and I'm just lifting heavy every single day
Here we go.
until I can't.
I feel like I've been eating. I eat more now than I did like living with my parents because I'm eating healthier food, so I'm more inclined to eat more.
I need to go to the grocery
But
store.
when I went home for the holidays, my mom's like, "Oh, like here's this pasta, here's these meatballs and the sausage,"
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well, like yeah, when my parents
You're
or
like,
when
Mom.
my
Like,
family
dude,
came
I've-
up here for Christmas, I was eating 3 meals a day. I was like breakfast, snacks, all this stuff.
I'm like, Mom, do you know what I've done to my body for the last 6.5 months? You're gonna ruin it in 2
Yeah.
weeks. Like it got torched.
I got on the scale after they left, and I gained like 4 pounds. I was like,
Yeah, it's tough.
You're like, shit.
jeez.
It's tough.
That's so funny. No, going home is always like that though. You
It's
get out
just
of your
hard.
routine. Yeah.
It's hard because it makes you off your routine.
Out
Totally.
here, I feel
Feel
like
that.
being out here motivates me to do better things for myself, like
Totally.
health wise, work wise, everything.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you still want to have that perspective and that like drive and motivation or whatever it is that
Yeah.
inclines you to act the way you do.
Yeah.
But then you can't expect other people to be on that same time. Like my friends from home aren't on the same time I am out here.
Yeah.
My parents aren't, and I can't expect them to, and it's not their fault.
Yeah. for
It's
sure.
not even to any like negative impact to them.
Yeah.
It's just like
You just
kind of
feel
knocks
off.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, when I was back, I was like, I loved being back. I loved, like, I don't know, seeing people and whatnot, but I just felt off. I was like, dang, like, I feel very, like, routine and motivated here, and, like, I know what to expect. Back home, it's always like, well, I don't know, like, it's not going to be the same, obviously, but I feel it for sure.
Yeah.
And then your friends are like, "Oh, like let's go out." I'm like, "It's Thursday." They're like, "You're only here for so long. Come on, like,
Yeah, you
come
get
out
real
with
soon.
us." All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Then you're out, and it's like, "What are we doing tomorrow?" It's like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I want to do none of this.
Yeah.
I do enough of that in Nashville. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be
So
going
true.
out in Jersey.
So true. What do you guys do, like, when you're not working
10
or
roof.
not at the gym? Okay. Or
Nah.
Not working and not at the gym. Playing PlayStation.
Yeah, I play a lot of video games. Working on the podcast stuff. It's like a job in and of itself.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I kind of shut down like my whole bit, not my business, but like doing stuff outside of work. I don't know why I don't even have like the desire to pick it back up on my own. Like I told you, like if you ever had any opportunities, I would do it, but I wouldn't seek any on my own, to be honest. I don't have any for now. Just till I get, I guess, more settled into being here.
Sure.
Or figure out, like I love my job. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know how long I'm going to do this exact job for. It pays very well and I like the work I do. So I don't know.
What's your guys' dream job?
I'll let you go first.
I want to work with kids with cancer. So like a radiology oncologist.
Yeah.
It's my dream job.
And that's what you're in school for, right? Okay, cool. That's awesome.
I think my dream job is going to be like a retirement job just because of the pay that it has. I want to be a team photographer for either the NBA, either an NBA team or an MLB team. I have no interest in shooting football. It just like happens so fast. And like you could be taking this picture of like the wide receiver and the cornerback, but the real picture was the quarterback getting smashed by the D end.
Yeah,
and it's like,
100%.
Damn, I wasn't even close to the right angle to even get that picture.
Yeah.
So it's just like
There's a lot going on.
I feel like in football, you could just really miss an opportunity so badly.
Totally. Absolutely.
You need to check out the hockey sphere, man.
I would do hockey. I feel like
I love hockey.
Hockey's got to be the easiest sport to shoot because the ice is white and it reflects the light back on their faces.
I could get some clean stuff.
Right? Be so clean.
I would say I'm surprised, like, well, I guess not surprised. I really don't know how it all works, but like, I feel like out here, I'm sure there'd be some hockey talent.
I haven't pursued anything, honestly, but.
How do you even go about that? Do you like, is it like a DM and then here's some of my work? And
yeah, it's honestly different with everybody. I mean, if I know anybody that like, say I wanted to shoot a Preds game, like if I knew anybody that worked there, I would try to connect there. Like if I knew any athletes, I would do that. But typically it's always just like one connection away from like a shoot I want to do. Yeah, I would typically, a DM or just like text somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Cicely, who was our last guest, she works in sales. Now she's an account executive.
Okay.
For the Preds. She was talking, we were at Tin Roof and she was there with her coworkers and one of them was kind of related to media a little bit. And I asked him like, just curious about like being a team photographer, even a game day photographer, and the pay cut that I would take would be like unreal.
Really?
Like unreal.
Oh.
Like half of what I make now.
Dang.
But she did say,
That's brutal.
they're like, you could just bring a camera into the,
I call cap on that.
I don't know. That's what we would have to
I really
ask.
do. Because there's a handful of stadiums, like when I was in Jersey, that you could bring your camera to. And if you did, you could only bring like a certain length of lens, which is the
like
dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
My iPhone camera is this thick and zooms in way closer than that big ass lens does.
What is that?
That's a 200 to 600.
Oh,
the one on the left is a 105. That's my favorite lens. 105, 1.4. Ooh.
Crispy.
Icy. Icy.
Yeah.
If I could get close enough to the ice with that.
I typically shoot like a combo of like if I'm like the shots of Minka, I'll always have like an 85 and I'll always have like a 35. Those are my favorites.
Yeah. I'm a big prime shooter.
Me too.
But I had the 85. One of my friends that I worked with had that. The literal next day, went right back to the camera store. I sold the 85 and bought that.
Yeah.
It's huge. Like, it's a massive lens.
For sure.
But, oh, man, 105.
I don't know, bro. It says cameras with professional lenses, flash attachments, GoPros, camcorders, selfie sticks, iPads, other tablets, drones, tripods, bipods, monopods are prohibited at all times.
Yeah, professional cameras are prohibited at all times.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so maybe not there.
It's so stupid. It's not even the concern of the players.
No, the players don't care.
No, it's not that. They don't want you taking pictures of other people sitting in the stadium. That's what it's like
really?
a privacy risk.
I didn't know that.
But it's weird because some NFL stadiums at NBA arenas and MLB stadiums will let you bring it. Like the Yankees, you could bring whatever you want. I've walked in the Yankee Stadium with that 200 to 600 in my hand. That's insane. Like,
yeah, that is wild, actually.
I could be anywhere in the stadium with that. Wouldn't matter.
I feel like it also, side note, I feel like it'd be really easy for you to get a team photographer gig. Like, they open up all the time.
I feel like because the pay's not
Yeah.
good.
That's true.
It's hard to, so the lead normally gets paid phenomenal. Like whoever the lead photographer is, the head photographer makes a ton of money.
Yeah.
But they never leave that job.
Yeah.
Ever.
Why would you?
No.
I don't know if you know AK Field. Okay, her Instagram's AK Fieldster. She's incredible. She shoots for the Lakers. She's the lead photographer for the Lakers.
I know the lead videographer for the Lakers. I reached out to him a few times.
Okay.
And he was like, dude, to get your foot into the professional sports world, as far as like corporate goes, like working for the team itself, you got to be willing to kind of like eat shit, basically.
Yeah.
And that sucks. It's hard to go back to doing that.
100%. Especially if you're like at a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like what you're doing is way better.
Yeah, I would much rather do that than be on a
Do you
team
do
staff.
just photos or do videos?
No, I just
as
do
well?
photo. Like, I can do video, but I don't love it. I feel like I was talking about this with one of my friends who's a videographer the other day, and it's funny because, like, now so many people do both, but, like, they're so different. And, like, I feel so good about photo. Like, I love photo. Like, I don't know if I love video, so to add that to it, I'd be like, it's a completely different thing that I don't know if I'd want to.
I'm like so ass backwards with photo and video.
Really?
I love love shooting video. Hate editing.
Yeah. It's complex for sure.
I'm not iffy on shooting photo. I love shooting photo, but I love editing pictures. Like, love it. To this day, I still take people's wedding catalogs from companies and I'll
Really?
edit them.
Oh, see, I
100%.
love editing. I love editing more than I love shooting.
I would say so for photo.
Yeah, 100%.
For video editing is just like, it's so tedious. Like, imagine culling photos is hard enough.
Yeah.
Imagine when it's video and you have to find 3 seconds of every video and then call it that. It's like just so much
I'm
more
good.
complex. If somebody handed me an organized edit, ready to go. But the whole organization process of video is just such a headache for me.
Yeah, that's true. To me, it's like growing up, my dad used to always tell me that, like, if you can capture, like, what could be done in a video and a photo, that's when you become a really good photographer.
Yeah.
Because, like, now, like, with Reels, you can have, like, 15 seconds of something that can be captured in a photo. You know what I'm saying? Like, a slow-mo, like, lift or something like that. And it's like, if you can capture what you can with photo, it's like, that's when you know you caught the right moment, you know?
It's such a weird time to be in our space, too, because I feel like people are just putting out content of literally everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just pointless content. Like, it'll be, like, stuff that you would have never used in, like, a real video edit. But they're like, oh, this will be cool for a 10-second reel. And, like, when you see that stuff blow up or get a ton of likes or a ton of views, it's like, well, why don't I just put out the bullshit? And it's like, because I don't have interest in doing that. Yeah. It's such a weird time.
Yeah.
To be in our space.
I know.
It almost feels like you need to have like 3 jobs at once. You need to be like the social media manager, the shooter, the editor, the publicist. Like, you need to have all of it.
At least in order to, like, really stand out nowadays, like, you have to be really good at all of it.
I've never talked to there's one guy that goes to Quantum. I don't remember his name. I think it's Mario. He has like a really good grasp on that stuff. Like, I've looked at his account when like Quantum posts stuff and tags him. I'll like take a look at his account. He has a pretty good grasp on that stuff.
He's such a cool dude. Yeah. He's so, like, nice about everything.
Is he like, so what you did for Proven, that's what he does for Quantum?
Yeah.
Or are they just freelance?
I don't know if he's freelance. I haven't asked him about that, but I would say, yeah, he's basically like in the creative director seat for Quantum.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's good at it for sure. But I don't know.
I'm about to look at Quantum's Instagram.
Yeah.
They post some pretty good stuff.
It's better than every other gym here. Have you guys ever been to Redcon?
No.
I actually passed it the other day.
I've wanted to lift
I was
there.
coming back from the airport and I passed it and it looked, it's big as fuck.
Really?
The building was huge.
I've always wanted to go there.
I I looked around for gyms and Quantum didn't come up, which was fine at the time. So I lifted in the apartment gym. I was like, oh, until I find a gym, like whatever, because I didn't want to go to Planet Fitness. It's not, they don't have heavy enough weights for me.
Yeah.
And they don't have free barbells. Like
Yeah.
it's all Smith machine. That
Yeah.
stuff doesn't work for me.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, I'll just wait till I find a gym, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was in there and this kid was like, yo, like, go to Quantum down the street. I'm like, what do you mean down the street? I was like, I looked for gyms
literally-
and couldn't find one. Everything I would find is like
Oh.
Orange Theory and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
no.
it's like,
I don't do that.
I can't do the classes.
100%. What's
feel
your
like
guys' 1 rep max back squat? Do a
I
speed
can't
round.
squat
The most
anymore.
I've ever done,
Yeah.
495.
Okay, that's good.
Back squat before, probably around the same. I can't squat or deadlift anymore
Okay.
because my lower back's fused.
Yeah.
435,
It's a no-no.
fractured my vertebrae.
Holy crap.
I used to this back squat was my shit. Cause I like naturally big legs and like
Yeah.
that's where all my power comes
Yeah.
from.
That's like
Like
me.
this and
Yeah.
deadlifts were just top notch.
Gucci.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you do for workouts now? Like, or like, how did you adapt
substitute
from that?
it?
Yeah.
First back, like I don't want to read it all out loud. It's so much, but this is kind of
Oh,
what I
you're
do.
good.
For legs now, I just basically have to do like leg presses and like
Yeah.
Bulgarians and stuff like that.
Okay, Bulgarian split squats are hell.
I don't
Yeah.
even, half the time I like contemplate skipping them. Cause they'll be in my program after my squat.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have somebody that does my program. His name's Frank. It was the kid that's like top 10 powerlifter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be reading and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why? Why couldn't I have done this like on the other leg day?
I feel like too for me.
And he's
for
like,
legs, at
that's
least,
the
'cause I'm
point.
always like walking between
Dang.
work.
You
and-
work.
Try to.
Killing. Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel leg press is nice too because I feel like you can just like really show people up with all the plates.
Oh yeah, I love that. Like when I go into the leg press.
Yeah, you're
'cause
like-
now it's like I can't get my squats. Like when I'm leg pressing, I just fucking stack that shit all
Yeah.
the way up.
I
like-
stopped doing
You're
that.
like, you guys are seeing this, right?
No, yeah, I like it because too like they don't have enough on the plate, so I have to go to like somebody who's squatting. I'm like, can I use your 45? And just whoosh.
That's too good.
I stopped doing that. I was in there. There was this older gentleman on the leg press when I was trying to use it, and I'll always ask, like, yo, can I work in with you? Because you know how it is in there.
Yeah, it's
you will
packed.
wait hours. If you
Yeah.
don't ask to work in with somebody, you'll wait hours for something. So I asked him. He was like, yeah, no problem. And he had 4 plates on, but he had those purple bands wrapped around it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And he was like, do you mind this? I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll normally load up like 7 or 8 plates on there anyway, so this is probably fine. And it was way harder than the 7 or 8 plates. So that's literally all I do now. I do them with bands.
really?
And it's so much harder.
Yeah.
Because the way gravity works, it's easier to get it out of the hole. And
Yeah.
then once it's up, like halfway, it's a little bit harder. But once you're going to lock out, it's way easier because
Yeah.
the leverage of your legs just helps you get that
Yeah.
last bit. With the band, it's just constant tension. It's hard the whole time.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy.
Have
The
you guys-
people in there are nice. There
Oh,
are some nice
totally.
people in there.
Do you talk to a lot of people? Because I was surprised, like, that you talk to me. I literally, nobody talks to me in there. I probably
Nah.
look like I'm pissed.
I don't
half the
ever
time.
talk to anybody in the gym.
Yeah, I don't either. I
Maybe
really
like a
keep to
handful
my
of
own.
people in there.
Yeah.
A handful.
Yeah.
And it's normally about like my watch or my shoes or something regular
Mm-hmm.
that somebody will comment on. It's never like workout or anything related like that.
Yeah. There's a decent amount of, like, pretty, like, chill, cool people. It's also, like, there's always some, like, creepy people at gyms.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's some creepy fucks in that gym.
You're telling me where it's like, just stop looking at me.
There's some
Good.
creepy fucks in that gym. I'm not really going to get into it, but
Yeah.
there are some creepy fucks in that gym.
Oh, totally. Do you guys ever get weirded out? Like,
Fine.
do guys?
I stare back.
Oh, really?
I,
Somebody-
I do
don't.
like look around a lot, so I don't know if like people think I'm like staring at them, but like when I'm done with the set, I just do like that weird like that like circle pace, and I just like the whole time just like looking around the gym, like I'm like, where the hell am I?
I just
Yeah.
put my head down, dude.
That's it.
I literally will put my
Sometimes.
head right down.
I I just always like look around and like see what's going on. So like somebody could think I'm looking at them, but I promise you I'm not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
Whenever I feel uncomfortable, like I feel like somebody's looking at me, I'll look right back at them, and I won't stop until they look away.
I could
Stop
see you
looking at
doing
me.
that.
You don't want to be looked at back? Then don't look at me. That's happened a few
Typically have
times
like a
in there.
stare down or what? Or
That's
do they
like
stop?
it's happened like 2 or 3 times in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting. I've had some good interactions. I've had some weird ones in there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I went into Quantum Music City really hungover, and all their mirrors are like backlit and it's different colors.
I don't know if I like that or not.
No, I was like on Broadway the night before, so I was so hungover, and just the lights, I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
I feel like for photos and stuff, it's just not good.
Not at all.
I feel like for
Looks like
video,
a club.
it might be cool, but I feel like for photography, and I feel like that's what every gym is made for now. Like they light them for photos because they know that's what people want.
Yeah, but you can't take photos at Quantum.
Really?
I see people do it all the time.
Really?
All
like
of
with
the
their
time.
iPhone or camera?
Not cameras in that little
Really?
room. In that if you walk in with the,
I feel like when you walk in on that first one, like you know how it's like that little
There's
warm
like
up
that
mat.
studio.
Yeah, it's that little studio. I feel like that's exactly what that's for.
Everyone like poses in there and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I signed up, they told me I could take pictures in there.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, they got at me because I did photos of my friend who used to live here. Like she was a bodybuilder, and they like almost wanted to like snap my membership.
Holy shit.
And I was like, you guys are killing me.
Maybe it's changed a little.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand that because they'll sit there and have somebody recording a freaking how-to for their Instagram.
No, that's what I'm saying. They want it exclusive for theirs.
Whatever.
I don't know. But
So, what's your favorite bar in Nashville? We have to talk a little bit about Nashville.
okay, cool. Favorite bar? I mean, I'm on the east side. I really love Rosemary's, but I'd say if I'm on Broadway, I go to the Stage a lot.
Yeah,
I like the Stage.
It's
I
like one of our
Stage.
favorites on Broadway.
Yeah, I've always had a good time there.
Same.
I love Jason Aldean's too.
Yep.
It's
Same.
a good time. If I'm in Midtown, definitely Tin Roof. I like Dogwood a lot.
There you go.
I feel like
good
Dogwood's
vibe.
been hit or miss for me.
It's hit or
Really?
miss, but like the last couple times I've been in there, it's been really good.
Yeah, we've had a good time.
It depends on the DJ.
Yeah. Oh,
I feel
for
like sometimes
sure.
the DJ in there is like, it's like, buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah, 100%.
It also feels empty sometimes because it's so big.
Yeah,
It is big.
That's true.
So then it gets all like crowded.
And then you go on the other side and there's nobody in there. Or you
Yeah.
go on the back patio, nobody out there. And that's when it feels like weird to me.
You guys are Tin Roof people, right?
A little
Like
bit.
that's your favorite?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, cool. You both smiled, so.
It
so yeah.
depends. It depends.
I'm ready for it to get warmer so that way we could actually go to like other places like
LA
rooftop
Jackson.
bars.
Have you
LA
been?
Jackson,
That's
the W.
such a vibe.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what I'm waiting on. Like I want it to get warmer.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Old Glory? I think it's called that.
Where's
Okay,
that?
that's a sick bar. It's like kind of like underground.
Okay.
It's like a speakeasy situation, and it's so cool. It's like really dim in there, and like there's like caves that you like sit in.
What?
It's sick, and
Where
then
is
they have near Vanderbilt. I don't remember fully. Well, I'll send it to you after this.
Huh.
But it's so fun. I'm telling you.
Is it like DJ or
Sometimes
live music?
like yeah, there's live music, and then there's DJs like some nights. It's also like more of a chill vibe too on some
yeah.
other nights.
Yeah.
It'd be a good place to like go on a date with somebody.
Have you been to Pushing Daisies yet?
Mm.
It's like a
Similar.
speakeasy, yeah.
Oh, sick.
It's
I
on
like
Broadway,
that.
though.
Okay.
It's right under
12:30.
12:30.
Not a huge Broadway gal.
Us either.
Yeah.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, 100%.
My
Like,
friends from
from
home
there.
are here. I'll go.
yeah, everyone wants to go if you have people.
Oh, this is how you get in?
Oh, yeah. Are you? Yeah, Old Glory.
Oh, Glory?
Yeah. There's like a hole.
Illuminati
I'm
triangle?
serious. You guys are gonna like it.
We like
Oh, that's sick.
Old Smoky on Sundays
Okay.
for like football and stuff. That place is cool.
Do you guys go out a lot?
It depends.
Yeah, now we do.
Last week, no. This week, I don't know if I'm gonna go out.
I don't plan on it.
Yeah. I always feel like with going out, like, I started realizing the reason I was going out so much is because I felt so much pressure to do it. Like, because, like, I knew, like, a squad of people were going, and I was like, well, I just don't want to sit here, so I guess I'll go. Like, I do have fun typically when I go, for sure. There's a decent amount of times where I'm like, oh, I feel like the pressure that I should do something.
I never not, like, have, like, I don't know the last time I went out, I was like, oh, this shit sucked.
Yeah.
Like, I always have a good time. It's just a matter of, like, sometimes I just need to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
And, like, the last time we went out, like, it was just, like, such a good week.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let me just sit on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me just remember this.
Yeah, let me just savor it for a little bit.
We had a good enough weekend to where, like, if I didn't go out for a month, I could talk about that weekend for
That's the best.
the whole month.
Like, it was literally so solid.
What made it super solid?
Just, like,
How spontaneous it was.
Yeah.
We told each other
That's
we
the
weren't going to
best.
go out, and then Friday night he got out of work, and one of his coworkers was there, and they were like, yo, like, meet us out, blah, blah, blah. We met them, had a great time. The following night, I don't know why we went back out, but we did. Had a great time. Then
Sunday night.
Sunday night was probably the best night that we had.
Sunday night was literally the best night, and like, cause it was milk weekend, so like nobody was working Monday. Get off work again. Some people I know were at pushing daisies downstairs, like come over, whatever. So I go home, change, go back to Broadway because I work on Broadway right now.
Yeah.
Go out there, like pushing daisies, have a drink, and then like the football games are going on. They're like, well, let's just go to Tin Roof because like Friday, Saturday we were at Tin Roof. So she's like, let's just go to Tin Roof. It'll be chill. We could watch the games.
Yeah.
I was like, but like I went because like I've been there before. Like when you can just get like a table and eat and like it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot about it being the holiday.
Yeah.
We get there full on like rager at like 4:30.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like
Live
oh,
band,
shit.
everything
Yeah.
on a Sunday.
So we get to drinking, and then like next thing you know, like,
You're like, I guess this is us now.
yeah, next thing you know, like I have like a pipe bomb in my hand and like a rumple shot, like
time to go.
like just doubling them up. I'm like oh man.
That's so funny.
And then we had Sunday night, like we had like a table, and then there was like a little scuffle.
Yeah.
Some people didn't make it out of the scuffle. We ended up going to
Wait, what do you mean, like a fight?
yeah, like there was like a little mini fight going on. I wasn't involved, but like somebody we knew was involved.
Yeah.
He ended up getting kicked out. But then we met up with some other people later that night, and then we ended up on Broadway.
It was just a great night.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most spontaneous nights are the best.
Yeah.
Like if you try to plan it and make it all whatever,
Oh, for sure.
it's the best if you're just chilling.
For
you know?
sure.
Yeah, if we go out this weekend, I'm not drinking.
I don't even know if I just want to go out. Like I think it's gonna be cold. I don't like going out when it's cold.
I don't either. That's why summers are the best here.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
We're also playing in a men's basketball league, and it starts on Sunday.
Come on now.
So I don't want to drink on the weekend.
This man's not gonna drink until this league is over.
Do you want me to come shoot your game?
You should. That'd be
That would
fun.
actually be funny.
You
as
could shoot
hell.
with the mirrorless camera if you want.
I'll
You
do
could
it.
take it for a run.
That would
Let's
actually
see.
be funny as hell. What are we even wearing?
I
I
have
can
no
make
clue.
you guys look so sick.
Should we all just wear like a jersey? I don't even know.
Wait,
I don't
you
even have a
should.
basketball jersey with me, dude.
Damn, I have jerseys. I got a bunch of NBA jerseys. If you want to
Won't
be Jerry
say no.
West,
No, I don't.
why not? You don't want to be Jerry
guys-
West?
Are you guys good at basketball? Is this gonna be like a show?
I am. I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I'm like, I played in high school. If that counts.
Oh well, yeah. Then that's
I wouldn't
good.
say like I'm like all time good, but I mean, hopefully for the level of talent like we sign up in our range,
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
Where is it? Where's the game?
Antioch, I think it's like 15
Okay.
minutes from here.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if you want a shooter, let me know.
Yeah, pull up.
We might need an actual shooter on the court. We've never seen any of these boys play.
We might need all the above.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we-
might actually need a player.
we might need an
We've
actual
only seen
shooter.
like 3 people that we're
I
playing
show
with
up and all of
play.
a sudden I'm playing.
I was teasing with my friend, cause like we used to have like a buddy of ours who's always like he was gonna like try to walk on to like a baseball team or something
Yeah.
like that, and we're just like buddy, like you're 24 years old, like
It's a little
there's
late.
people in the MLB right now, 18 years old, hitting 430-foot bombs. Like, I don't
It's a
think it's
little
gonna
late, man.
happen. But I was like joking with him. I was like, yeah, I'm in like this rec basketball league. I'm like, might dust off the huddle and send some tape out there. And he's like, the coach is gonna be like, why are you like 6'1" sending all your big man footage to the team? He's like,
Oh,
you'd be the
no.
point guard, buddy. It's like, well, yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's funny.
But
You
I'm
got-
actually excited.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Just
that'll
because
be cool.
this is going to be my cardio. I'm going to work this in as my
Yeah.
cardio because, like, I hate running.
This is just gonna
Yeah.
be my
So, like, if it's
Oh, I do
basketball, I'm
too.
not going to think about it. I'm like, oh, I'm just playing
No.
basketball.
it's gonna be like my
It's on-
competition fix, dude. I've
For
been
real.
itching.
I swear to, I'm telling people this now. If one of us gets hurt, I'm done. I'm not having no ACL injury, playing no rec league basketball. I'm not having no high ankle sprain. I got to be nursing.
Rec league
Whatever,
basketball.
whatever
Like-
is supposed to happen, supposed to happen. Bro.
I'm in the
That-
BC group, like not even like the top tier group.
Yeah, you're
and
not
I'm-
even at varsity.
Yeah, I'm not catching no injuries out here on the field.
Well, we were gonna, and like I don't mind playing really good competition, but one of our friends knows the guy that runs the league, and he was like, the A group is like
Just all
ex-college players
Oh.
that are like 6'8".
Yeah, you guys
like-
would have a tough time.
Oh, no, it'd be brutal.
I mean, I wouldn't just show up. I just, yeah, I'll coach.
I'd be
coach that
fine.
group.
Like I could probably play with those people, but with the team that we have of people, I don't think it'd
I
be.
feel like some of us.
Nah, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
You guys know your teammates yet?
Oh yeah, yeah,
We know a couple,
Oh,
we know a
sick.
handful.
You have like a squad?
yeah.
Cool.
But I need to talk shit. I need to be on a basketball court. I need some competition.
I just hope we're like surprisingly raw. Like if we like first game, we're just out there busting ass, just so we could talk shit.
We're gonna practice tomorrow. Well, not practice, but we're just gonna go fuck around tomorrow.
That's cool.
Are you gonna come or you got work?
Yeah, at work. What time are y'all doing it?
I think like 7, 8 o'clock.
What
At night?
position are you guys?
Basketball?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a big man.
Point guard.
Okay.
I'll be like a power forward. Pat will probably be like center, for sure.
There we go.
Because I don't know who else is taller. Is Hootie playing?
Hootie,
Oh
Anders,
shit, maybe I am a small forward.
Brad. Yeah, you're the small forward, bro.
Oh, that's lit.
Hootie, Brad,
go.
Anders, Pat. You might be the shooting guard.
Hey,
He said, "Hey."
that huddle's coming in. I think of myself like a prime Dwayne Wade, like little slasher type.
Here we go.
I haven't
What you gotta
shot.
do, I guess.
I need to shoot. I need to go around and take like 50 shots a day at that court.
How was shooting for Tim Hardaway?
Oh, really cool. Super chill, dude.
Yeah, it seems like it.
It was kind of something funny kind of happened after. So I shot his game, and then we went to like this super nice restaurant in Dallas, like with 2 of his friends, and then the agent that I do work for, and then Tim. And it was like a no hoodie policy restaurant, and I was wearing like a hoodie because like I was shooting a game, like whatever. And we get to the top, and I have like my camera bag. It has like $30,000 worth of equipment in it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to drop it somewhere. They're like, yeah, you can't bring that in here, and you can't wear a hoodie in here. And I'm like, sick. So like Tim literally takes off his like jean jacket, and he's like, here, like wear this, and then I'll take this, and like he's so sweet. I'm like, dude, that's so kind. Just to show like he's such a nice dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never really been to a restaurant where I couldn't wear like whatever.
Was it like fine dining,
Yeah,
like a
very.
steakhouse or something?
Tim
like
Hardaway Jr. is there. Yeah, I would.
that? He could eat at a Chipotle, dude. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel always really out of place in those situations. Like they're athletes that like make so much money, and I'm always just like, I would be so chill with like I don't need anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like that at all. So wherever I go because of an athlete or whatever, I'm always like, that's super cool, but I don't need it, you know? So I always am like, thank
just
you.
a nice little bonus.
Yeah, totally. But yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I feel like they're always willing to do stuff like that because it's such like a, I don't know, they didn't always have the opportunity to I guess, not give back because, like, I don't know. Just the opportunity to be in that position isn't always going to be there.
They
Yeah.
can't, but now they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I've always like wondered what it would be like to be a professional athlete, like going from
It'd be insane.
doing it like because you love it and like you grew up doing it to now like getting paid and it's your profession and it's how you make money. Like it's just wild to me.
You ever see, you know who Pat Beverly is?
Yeah.
You ever see the clip of him talking about his first check in the NBA?
Uh-uh.
So he like bounced around in the beginning. He was undrafted, got picked up by an NBA team, got dropped, signed a contract with an overseas team. Then the NBA wanted to sign him again, but he signed that he wouldn't go to the NBA, so the NBA team had to pay that out, and then he got cut from that team, and then another team picked him up. He was like, I was living with my mom, And I get my first check from the NBA, and it was like $15,000. He's like, I'm asking my mom what's for dinner while I'm
Wait,
opening
that's
my
crazy.
check for $15,000.
That's crazy.
It's so nuts.
That's so funny. He's like, what is life?
It's unbelievable.
Dude,
That's
that baseball money, I can't imagine.
Bro, all of it now, it's such FU money. It's not even funny.
It really
Like,
is.
it's unbelievable.
If you guys could be professional, like, athletes in one sport, where would it be? Like, what sport?
This is kind of like a more like popular opinion, but I've been into like this sport for a while now, and it would be Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
Because
for sure.
you get all the sponsorships are like top. It's like Richard Mille,
Yeah.
like Mercedes, like whoever you drive for. So like
Yeah.
you're getting like creme of the creme, Rolex. Like you're getting like super nice sponsorships.
Yeah.
You don't get any physical body damage unless you like explode and die.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, it's just like,
because you could drive
just if you
yeah.
exploded and died. I mean,
But you don't get CTE.
The risk
you don't
isn't
have,
bad at all.
You don't have
Yeah.
ACL surgeries. It's like, and then you could do it till you're 40-something years old,
Yeah.
and you drive the fastest car in the world.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Um,
insane.
my favorite sport's basketball, so probably that. But the sport that I respect the most and would feel the most respected in is probably the UFC, MMA.
For
See, I
sure.
would never do that.
Just because, like, it's such an art at the end of the day. Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
there beating the shit out of each other, but
Yeah.
you really see, like, people's skill levels and how much hard work they put into that kind of stuff.
100%. I love watching UFC.
It's my favorite sport now, like, guaranteed.
So fun. I love
It's
that it's
just
late at
so-
night always.
It's
too.
such high
I feel like-
energy.
I feel like the UFC would be a great field for you to tap in.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I would
Just because
love.
like everything's so
I would
mental.
absolutely
Yeah.
kill to be a photographer for the UFC. Like, I'd kill
like
for
all
it.
the backstage stuff of like them,
I would kill for
like
it.
getting amped and stuff.
I would kill for it. It's so, like, it's such a touching moment too, because you know what your family's going out there to do.
Yeah.
Like the video footage of like Conor McGregor behind the scenes is like
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
You know what they're going out there to do. They could die in there. Like
100%.
realistically, I mean, very rare, but
Such like an emotional experience to be a family member there though, because like you know that possibility.
some people don't let their kids go. Like there's some fighters that don't let their kids go.
Yeah. I mean, I could see why. Like that's tough. Like imagine just like watching your dad get the shit beat out of him, you know?
Yeah. And if you're
That's
a kid, you really
hard.
don't understand it.
No, not at all.
And that's the thing about that sport. You could be as good as you could be the best ever. You still got a puncher's chance of getting knocked the hell out. Like it could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
So-
I feel like I don't know. I don't know a lot about like their mental game or whatever, but I could imagine that like going into that, like you have to be pretty freaking crazy
Yeah,
to
for
think,
sure.
you know, like you know what you're going in there to do. Like that's
We
pretty
have
nuts.
I went to high school with somebody who used to trains MMA still, and he like took like for his shins, he takes like this metal pipe and he just bashes his shins with it, so the nerves are done. So that way you don't feel it when you're getting.
A lot of them
kicked
like
and stuff
kick
that.
trees and shit.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
it's a full.
I mean,
full
imagine
commitment.
just smashing your shin against something. It hurts really bad. They do that like repeatedly.
Right.
I hit my shin the other day while I was making my bed. I wanted to throw
Dude,
up.
I stubbed my toe.
Yeah,
I'm out for
I
like
was just gonna say
30 minutes to an
if
hour,
I slam
bro.
my toe,
I'm on the couch for the next
I'm out there-
15 minutes.
yeah, I'm not going to the gym for a week.
Like, oh shit!
You're like fetal
Is it
position.
bleeding? Is it bleeding? Like, let alone fucking-
Literally feels broken
Yeah,
every
bro.
time. Every time
Yeah.
I stub my toe, I'm like, I just broke my fucking toe.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes
100%.
later, it's perfectly fine.
And then you see those guys do it, and you're like, all right. So much respect. I love the movie Southpaw.
That's a
It's
great,
a great
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal's a great actor.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that is the one job where like I don't care what you would pay me. I would pick up and leave for the UFC.
Oh, you could.
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
money wise, it would
guaranteed.
be either like baseball or basketball, but like just to
I think
do
it'd be
it, I
worse.
think F1 would be the most badass shit.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause there's only 20 of them. It's like there's only so many people who could be like, yeah, I'm a.
I would
Formula
love to
One
shoot
driver.
for Hamilton. That'd be.
That's what I'm
sick.
saying. Like, bro, Lewis lives the life.
He's.
Did you see he was like
drippy.
hiking? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's
that
like
dude.
he's one of the best, highest paid athletes in the world.
Oh, 100%.
I don't watch any of that stuff.
That's sick. The Netflix special is how I got into it.
Yeah,
You ever bored,
you
just
told
put
me
it
to
on.
watch it.
His
I-
bulldog's a cutie.
Oh yeah.
You follow that account?
Oh yeah. I follow.
Yeah.
I've been a big Lewis fan for a while. I really like
Yeah.
Charles and Lando. Those are like my favorites.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm a big Mercedes fan.
Yeah, I'm a Ferrari kind of guy.
Okay. Respect.
I feel like I'd also like to do like behind the scenes of movie sets. I feel like that's cool too.
Yeah. Totally. Honestly, behind the scenes of anything, because this is a cool thought. I had this thought like this past year a lot, and I was like, content creators are like the best at faking stuff. Like if you wanted to like make your life look way better than it was, like content creators are the people that can do it, because you know exactly what stuff does well on social media. You know how to edit, you know how to like Photoshop, all this stuff. And it's like, if you want to fake your life and make it look so perfect, creators can do it. So like the reason I love behind the scenes stuff so much is because it feels like you like peeled away so much of like the fake stuff that everyone sees and everyone wants. But like you have a whole new perspective on all of it, and like I respect that way more than just like the cookie cutter stuff that I always see. So
that's funny you said that, because the other day I was like talking to somebody, and I forgot how they started it, but they're like, why is so and so this way? And I was basically like, I just feel like social media has created so many problems. With people like putting on a facade of their life.
Totally.
It's like, people like post video or photos from like a vacation that they took
100%.
however long ago, just to see like they're doing something. It's like, and then they're be actually sad in like real life. It's because you're living a lie. Like,
no, 100%.
I feel like that's the stuff that athletes want too. Like whether they post it or not, whatever, but that's the stuff they want. That's what gets on a picture frame in their house.
Oh, 100%. I think something that made me really aware of that is like in CrossFit, like to be really good at so many different things is like what CrossFitters are trying to do. And like working with Tia, like I just saw how much time, like sheer time that she dedicated to her sport. And it's like she doesn't have time to like go out, or she doesn't have time to do anything else except train and be the best at that. And it's very lonely. Like to be a professional athlete, like you give up so much, like relationships, friendships, like all these things that like human beings like love doing. And so like I gained so much perspective from like working with professional athletes, because it's like a lot of times they're really lonely. A lot of times they don't have a ton of connection in their life. And so they're going to put up stuff that like they know they're going to get connection about, which is their performance, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I think it's a sad thing, but it's like, I know why they do it. Like
just a sacrifice that comes with
100%
being a great professional athlete, I feel like. Because there's definitely, I feel like, not that they don't put in the work, but there's, like, we all know, like, there's pros who just probably don't care as much as other guys.
Yeah.
Definitely. But, like, if you're dealing with champions and stuff, like, to be that level, you have to,
and to maintain it.
Sacrifice a lot.
Yeah. Well, because, like, once you get it, too, like, everyone expects you to, like, keep it up. Mm-hmm. And that's incredible pressure.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
So, I don't know. Like, I have, like, this poster in my room that says, like, human greater than athlete. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's something I think about whenever I'm working with athletes is, like, the world sees, like, 3 hours of your performance but, like, they don't get to see, like, your human moments of, like, how much you've had to sacrifice and how many relationships you've had to give up to be there. And so, like, if I am, like, documenting that for them, I'm always thinking about, like, connecting with them on more of a human level, and that's been such a game changer for me. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want to treat a football player like how everyone else treats them, like
as a football player.
Right. I'm trying to talk to them like I'm talking to my friends.
Yeah.
You know, because like that's how I get the most connection with my friends anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you work with like a band or a comedian if they wanted like some like behind the scenes?
Oh, for sure.
Like tour stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I would like to do, if I could like shoot for Morgan Wallen, that'd be sick. Or like someone here.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Because I know Theo lives out in Nashville. Like, we don't have connections or anything.
Wait,
but, like,
who?
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just like, I just know like, I have friends too, like who's a musician and stuff, and like they go on tour, and I'm just always wondering like,
that's
like I feel like that's the easiest stuff to get like, just like pics and photos of like what they're doing on the road and like messing around with the band and stuff like that. But.
No, that'd be so fun. I'd love it. I mean, anything that's real, I love to document. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, my least favorite shoots are, like, very cookie-cutter, like, studio shoots where it's, like, very posed and specific.
I won't do them.
What?
I won't do them.
Yeah. I did one not too long ago, and I was like, it was a little bit unique, but after doing it, I was like, nah, like, there's no character there. Like, it's so cookie cutter that it's like, it's not that creative either.
Yeah.
But
it's cool because some people, you know, that's what they want, and, you know, you satisfy somebody, but I don't know. I feel like there's two sides to work like that, and I don't enjoy doing stuff that is monetary like that.
yeah, no, I get that for sure.
Like, is money important? Sure. We all want to make money at the end of the day, but that's how I felt with weddings. I really enjoyed doing them, but after a while, I got like desensitized to it, and I was just going there and being like, "All right, this is like an $800 day. Let me just shut up and do my job."
Yeah.
And I hate that mindset. I hated having it.
Yeah.
But
No,
I did
totally.
some days.
I'm not that passionate about weddings.
They had their, like, there's good weddings and there's bad ones. When they're not good, you could just feel it. Like, you can feel that, like, sometimes the couple really isn't too sure about what they're doing.
Yeah. No,
Sometimes
100%.
the mom feels so entitled to it because her and her husband paid for the whole wedding, so they treat it like it's their day.
Yeah.
And it just, like,
Yeah.
but then there's those certain weddings where it's like, damn, bro, like, this is a great wedding. This is a great couple, and they really do love each other. And those are the moments that are, like, really fun to capture.
Oh, totally. I agree.
I feel like too, for what you were saying, like, I feel like once you're in your own like creative like sphere, and then you go do something so like just cut and dry, it's like why did I come back to do this?
The contrast is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Like, I don't know. I feel like I could never go back to like what I used to do like creatively, because now that I've experienced this and I know how like rewarding it is to give people those moments, it's like, why would I do something less impactful, you know? Yeah.
So you had no real connection to anything when you left Proven? You were just like, F it, I'm out?
No, I mean, even with Proven, like, I volunteered as a photographer in Miami for Wadapalooza, and, like, I knew nobody, truly. Like, I had 100 followers on Instagram, like the one that I have now, and, like, no one knew me. And I literally shot and left, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But then from there, like, the people that I interacted with really, like, liked me and stuff, and I ended up getting a position with, like, an agency from that. And it just spiraled into, like, eventually I got that job with Proven after, like, a year. So truly all of it has been just, like, connection. But after Proven, like, I knew one person, and that's it.
Damn.
And then
Yeah.
does your company here you're with now put you on with Minka?
Yeah, so Ripple Sports is located out of Miami.
Okay.
So that's why I was in Miami for all of that stuff. And then
Is this when he was with Miami or the Steelers?
Steelers.
he's with the Steelers. He was with the Dolphins before.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
I was just
It was
at the-
recent.
no.
This was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I was just
Yeah.
saying at the time your dad was like, was he in Miami or in Pittsburgh?
Oh,
But-
no, he was in Miami,
Okay.
sorry. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I don't know.
That seems like a cool
Yeah.
company.
Oh, it's
Like, it seems like they're
awesome.
doing really cool stuff.
Yeah, I have access to so many different things, you know? Like, that's something that, like, I felt very trapped. Like, not trapped, but, like, just shooting CrossFit. I can't just shoot one thing. Like, I really enjoy, like, being creative in many different ways. So, being able to, you know, do some stuff for the NFL, NBA, like, Chris, like, all of that has been so cool for me.
Well, I just
for
feel like
sure.
there's so many moments in sports.
Yeah.
So it's like, why, if you have the passion for it, it's like, why just be like, I always want to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
I always want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
when there's a million different pictures and like opportunities out there in sports.
I will say, like, when I was at Olympia, there's like one other female photographer there. Like,
Really?
it's so male dominated. Like, even like the NBA, NFL, CrossFit, even like very male dominated. Like, I definitely stick out, and like I'm always very aware of that. So it's weird to get to that like space and not see a lot of people that look like you. It doesn't like shut me down at all though. I get like more excited to be like, oh shit, like let's go. But yeah, I don't know. It's just different because like when I think of photographers, I'm from the lifestyle photography like background that I always think of like like women in doing weddings and stuff like that. Like it's creative, I think of women, but like truly in sports media, it's all men.
Yeah.
I remember when I'd just gotten out of college and COVID hit, I didn't really have anywhere to go because everything was kind of shut down. It was like literally right when I graduated.
Yeah.
So I reached out to this guy who I followed on Instagram. He shot for NBC Sports, but was located in Boston. So he does a lot of the Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins, like all that kind of stuff, but for NBC, like the news company.
Okay.
So I asked him, I'm like, yo, how do you get this job? Because that's what I want. Because that, if you work for a news company or like ESPN or Sports Illustrated, you can shoot all of it. You're not limited to, oh, you're a team photographer for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Which would be cool in and of itself because they do a lot more than basketball. They do fundraisers and all that kind of stuff. But when you work for like a news company, it's like, oh, the Bruins play the Preds, go to the Bruins Preds game.
Yeah.
Oh, the Celtics play the Warriors, go to that game. That stuff would like keep me going. But he was like, dude, honestly, your work is good enough. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. But it's really just luck. He was like, this kind of job is luck.
Dang.
He was like, that's really all I got for you. He's like, I love your work. He was like, but this job's all luck. And he's like, right now it's going to be really hard to get one.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that. It's just like, it's so insecure of a position. Because, I don't know, they're not going to keep promoting you and paying you more money. They'll just go get somebody else that was young and willing to do that job, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's just how, like, news corporations are wired. They don't have that personal, like, connection background. They just want the pictures of the game.
Yeah.
Which I love taking, and I love editing. It's so fun. But that lack of, like, humanity on the back end is what, like, kind of deters me from taking a leap that way.
Totally.
Because you're so disposable.
Oh,
like
totally.
they're like, oh, we'll get
photographer number.
We'll get another
100%.
photographer. We'll get another photographer. You do great work, but we'll find somebody else that can do great work. Because everybody's capable of doing really good work.
Yeah.
Like we all are. Everybody's learned at this point, you know, different things that work, what doesn't work. We all have good equipment. Like technology's so good now.
Yeah.
To where anybody can go take a picture.
Yeah.
But when you have like those personal connections and you're capturing those moments that other people aren't, as far as those personal connections, that's where you kind of differentiate yourself, and that's when you're not dispensable or exposable.
Totally. I had like a really cool conversation with one of my friends this week about how like if I couldn't talk to people when I was if I literally just showed up and was the photographer, I had no connection to them, I wasn't talking to them, whatever, I wouldn't be a photographer. Truly. Like if I just went there and just shot and then I went home, like to me it's like I just wouldn't be happy. Genuinely, like, yeah, it'd be cool to just shoot a game and go home. But, like, when you've also experienced then, like, doing the behind-the-scenes stuff with Chris and being able to, like, talk and, like, being able to connect and, like, make him feel, like, I don't know, like, he's, like, safe in a room with creators that, like, he's good. Or even, like, being able to just, like, talk at a coffee shop with an athlete. Like, once you can emotionally connect more to them, it's like it makes shooting so much different.
Yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day, like I'm not obsessed with just clicking a button. Like I don't care about just like what my camera can do. Like I really care about like the moment that I can create for them and just like capturing that. And like if I can have any type of like role in that and like getting the best out of that person, like that's huge to me. So yeah, it's like I don't even know if it's photography itself. Like I love photography. I think it's awesome. But like I like the connection that it brings as well.
The storytelling.
100%, because yeah, I don't know. I think any job would be like that. Like my mom's a doctor up in Minnesota and she's like, if I couldn't like connect with their families, if I couldn't see the reward coming from helping from somebody, or if I just had to literally do like the stuff and leave, it's like that's not as rewarding.
Yeah.
You can't connect with people.
I don't mind, as far as sports go, I don't mind being the guy that, you know, is on the sideline, clicks the button, edits, goes home.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. What I
Yeah.
do mind is the lack of that personal connection from the company. Like they just don't care about you. Like you really aren't that important.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what bothers me about that part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
Then
where
you just
like
feel disposable.
Exactly. And that's
100%.
like, if you wanted to go, like you're going to the Pro Bowl, if you wanted to get pictures of the game, you could. Nothing could stop you from that. And that's what I would like about that space is like, nobody could stop you from taking those pictures. But then you also have that freedom to be creative and things like that.
Yeah.
Because when I was talking to the guy, one of the things, the dude from the Lakers, the head video producer, he was like, the one thing you lose is your ability to create. Like, because the game happens. Like, you can't change how the game happens.
Yeah, you shoot what happens.
And when you're working for a team, they just want the moment documented. They don't want it documented in your style. They want it documented.
Every post is the same.
Yeah. Obviously, like, they do give creative freedom to certain people in certain situations, but for the most part, he was like, a lot of what I do ends up being very monotonous.
Well, yeah, you look at any team page right now, I guarantee you any game recap is the same. It's probably like
that sucks.
Player like dunking, final score, boom.
That's the
post.
That stuff sucks.
That, like, at some point, all those creators are gonna burn out from doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's sad because it's like you're not hiring the creator, then you're hiring what you want from them, and it's like that's too bad because it's like whether or not they realize it, like each one of them probably has a really unique set of abilities that can set the team apart. Like being different arguably sells really well. Like being unique.
That's
like,
why I feel like social media or like sports teams now, like I feel like some people will see like they're posting like the memes. Yeah. Like they'll post like the clips for like the memes and stuff.
They're doing
it's
weird
like,
stuff.
Yeah, like you see it a little bit more now. They're starting to like branch out from just the same.
The Nets have a pretty cool social media. They do a lot of like, do they post their games and their scores? Sure. Yeah. But they post, they're doing like a lot of their behind the scenes practice and like fundraiser kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we played a game yesterday, but here's Ben Simmons with 15 kids in this hospital doing X, Y, and Z. And they like have like a whole video produced about it. Yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff I would want to do for a team. That 100%. Kind of stuff is cool.
It's super rewarding.
But not every team, like I feel like not every organization or team is willing to do that. And then also like, who's to say that creator that's doing that isn't worth more than the guy that's working for the Knicks that's not doing what he's doing. And then when you have that conversation, it's like, oh, maybe we could get someone else.
Oh, totally.
Do you look at kind of like athletes who like have vlogs and stuff as like potential, like, because I know like Tyreek Hill has like a vlog and like he'll always like he'll just talk about it. He's like, yeah, we'll have like so and so come out to shoot. Yeah. So, like, do you ever look at like kind of athletes who's like having vlogs as potential people you could probably work with?
Not really, just because I'm very new in this, like in the NBA, NFL stuff. But I will say that like being at the Pro Bowl, being at the Super Bowl, I'll definitely have the opportunity to network more.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm excited about anything that could come from that. But yeah, like if those opportunities come from, I'm sure I'll meet a lot of people when I'm there. But yeah, that's something that I should do, definitely. For sure.
What are you doing at the Super Bowl?
I don't know fully what I'm doing. I know that I'll be there for Minka. He has some appearances and whatnot. I'm not sure if like I'll get I know I have a credential for the Pro Bowl to shoot. I'm not sure if I have one to shoot like the Super Bowl game. But yeah, probably a lot more like behind the scenes stuff with Minka and his family there and all of that. So, which is, yeah.
That'd be sick.
That's cool. I got a bunch of friends that really like Minka Fitzpatrick because they're Steeler fans. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's that boy.
Yeah.
He's a good dude, for sure. When I was in Miami, he like asked me, he's like, do you like Miami? And I was like, I do like Miami. Like, yeah, I just don't fit in Miami, really. Like every chick there is very materialistic, it feels like. And that's not my vibe. Yeah. So, I don't know. We shall see.
What other athletes does Ripple work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I haven't worked with Colton Gordon, the baseball player in Texas. Okay.
I don't know.
Plays for the Texas Rangers?
I believe so. I should know this. This is really bad.
Astros?
Yeah.
Astros?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know him, but still.
Yeah, I don't know him either.
Yeah, I haven't worked with him. And then he has a ton of CrossFitters that I haven't worked with.
I love shooting baseball.
Really?
Because it's so slow. Yeah. It's so slow. So there's like so much opportunity for like, you get to capture like the shortstop and the second baseman talking in between the play, or the first
like
baseman talking to the guy that's on first, or the coach interacting with the player on third, because it's so slow. There's a lot of downtime in the play.
Yeah.
So.
Because you used to shoot baseball, right?
Yeah.
Even like action shots, as far as like pitcher versus batter,
Mm.
you can really get it because it's just slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It just, I don't know. For what I was doing, it just wasn't worth the dollar.
Yeah. Do you miss it?
Well, yeah, because I don't do any work in sports now, but at the
Shoot for
time,
sounds.
You shoot for Amazon, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
At the time, I enjoyed shooting more for like a high school than I was the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot for the sounds.
Isn't that like insane to think about?
Yeah, that's wild.
Like nuts.
Dang.
It's just like a different experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Cool. Are you guys people that like you decide that you're gonna do something and then you figure out how, or are you like really thorough about like I'm gonna figure out how to do this and then I'll do it? I'll tell you how I am after.
The only thing I figure out is the money and making sure that I can survive. After that, whatever happens is going to happen.
Cool. So you decide, basically.
If I'm confident and I know the money's going to be there to at least like support myself,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Or if there's opportunity for it down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mind like, taking the back road on that kind of stuff for a little while, but at the end of the day, like you got to put food on your plate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think very forward. And like, if I want to have kids and things like that, like I can't.
Yeah.
You got to be able to provide for them and stuff like
For
that.
sure.
I plan things out for the most part.
Yeah.
Just because my stuff takes a little more thought.
Yeah. Totally. How many years of school do you have left?
Like a year and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait, are you in med
I've
school?
been debating on some stuff, maybe switching to like nuclear medicine or like radiation therapy, just because it's more patient based.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the whole reason I got into it is because like my personal background with like my cancer and everything.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
listened to that episode, by the way.
So thank
yeah.
you. But or thanks for listening either way. But
Of course.
just like everybody who dealt with me personally, like through that whole process, like made me feel so comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was the whole thought process of me like even getting into this kind of field.
Yeah.
So I've been debating on switching to something more like patient based, because like I've been talking to other like people who I know who are radiologists and stuff, and they were like, oh, I just always wish I did something else in the field of radiology.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you sit there at a computer and that's it. Basically,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah. Is radiology more of like you're predicting a lot of times, or am I not thinking of the right thing? Like you're trying to catch
radiology
what's
is basically
going on.
it's basically like a fancy photographer.
Really?
It literally is.
Let's
like,
go, Nick.
Yeah, like I'm basically
Join the party.
Yeah, I have the medical stuff, but yeah, you basically like just capture like I swear to God,
My
like,
guys are creative over here.
yeah, I picture
Nikki Creative.
like
Let's go.
capture all the human body, and then like you would like read it or diagnose it, and then
Okay.
say this is the problem with this, or like
Yeah.
if a bone's broken, you'll X-ray the part of the body wherever it's broken, and you'll be like, yeah, that shit's broke, basically. But
Cool.
yeah, radiation therapy is a little different though.
Mm.
It's more of specific to like just cancer, and that's kind of where I want to be at.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. So your thought process.
My thought process is 100% like decide and then figure it out.
I was gonna say that because just off of what you said, off of the firm, and then
Yeah.
so when COVID happened and you were like all in at that point, were you starting to have like a little bit of regrets, or like fuck, did I make the right decision, or like or were you just still like I'm all in?
Yeah, I was 20 then. I'm 25 now, but I was 20, and I don't know if this is like an immaturity thing or what, but like literally my thought process was there was no thought of going back for me. Mm-hmm. Like when I decided to leave law, I was like, I'm going to have to make this work, and I don't really care how I do it, but I'm going to do it. And yeah, I basically, when COVID happened, I started like reaching out to a ton of different small businesses in Minneapolis, and I was like, can I like promote your business on my social media for free? Like I was a nobody. Like I had like 200 followers, like whatever. But I couldn't shoot like because of the guidelines and stuff like that. So like I like kept distance from them and like did like a social distance shoot and then like posted about it. Then the news like got a hold of it, and it was like this whole thing of like how I was like making this like small business outreach thing and whatever. So like even when I couldn't shoot, I was shooting, and like that's always just been like my thought process with everything. It's like I won't let myself have room to sink. Like I will do something about it, and like I always will get there. And it's been messy for sure. Like I've had so many times where I'm like, oh, okay, like I should have thought that through for sure. But I think the fact that I'm so like achiever based with that is like the only reason like I'm 25 and I'm doing things like when I was 12, I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to shoot with an NFL player. Like growing up watching that, and like I played football as a junior in high school, and like I always loved working with athletes, and now it's like, dang, like I can do that. Like I believe in myself a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's one thing you do that whenever I look at your content, I'm like, damn, like I don't shoot at all. You shoot everything.
yeah.
Like you'll shoot like your cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, like I gotta wipe the dust off my camera or some shit. Like I just I don't think to grab my camera for like regular everyday stuff.
Yeah, I think I had to like re-fall in love with the whole process, honestly, because after Proven, like I was shooting the same stuff all the time, and I kind of lost why I did it. And so I just started like shooting random stuff for fun. Like there's this like Music City Vintage, like I just walked in there with one of my friends this past weekend and like connected with a ton of really cool artists there and whatnot. And it's like, if I wouldn't have had my camera, like I wouldn't have been able to like shoot any of that or like meet them and give them work or whatever. So yeah, it's become more of a habit, and it's like it doesn't have to be a paid thing. Like if it makes me happy, like I'm just gonna do it when I can.
Yeah. Where do you stand on like the free work stuff? Because when I first started doing it, that was like such a hot topic with like my friends. They're like, bro, like my friends that shoot, they're like, don't shoot nothing for free.
Yeah.
Like unless you're just doing it for fun. If somebody asks you to shoot, don't shoot nobody's stuff for free.
Yeah, no. I think I never shoot for free anymore unless I will say like I've helped out like my friend who's starting a business here, and like truly like it reminded me of when I quit law and like I had nothing, like straight up just like
Going for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a passion project.
It was like a send it moment for him, and so I was like, oh hell yeah, like if I have an extra like few hours of my day, I'll do that to help you out because he's a homie.
Yeah.
And like so stuff like that, like
for my friends I'll shoot anything.
Yeah.
Like
and for the tin roof runners. That'll be a free shot.
Wait, can you please bring your camera to Tin Roof some night?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Heck no. I ain't.
That'd be bad.
That was a hard no.
Heck no. That's like $7,000.
James talks about it. He's like, I should bring it in here. I'm like, bro.
I have like an
idea.
A7 III that I wouldn't mind if it broke, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it because I need a flash.
We get good enough shots off the.
Yeah, I use this one app called West.
Okay.
The nightlife pictures out of it are just fire.
Really?
It's
I've
so
never
fire.
heard of it.
I'll show you stuff after. It's so
My
fire.
Instagram's pretty much off of James's.
Yeah.
Really?
Our Instagrams are loaded with it.
It's kind of like filmy. Is that
Yeah.
that effect? Cool.
People are like, you need to post something other than you at the bar. I was like, I don't ever take pictures, like just by myself.
We'll
like,
post what she grabs on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna start posting some NBA.
I'm gonna make you guys look like brawny out here.
Oh my god.
Have you ever? I doubt you've met him. The photographer that like works with LeBron and his son and stuff like that. Name's
Never
Cool
met.
Mac on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
with a
I know
K.
his stuff. Yeah.
He has some really good stuff.
Yeah.
He made it popular to like post photo bursts as a video.
Mm-hmm.
It like basically inspired me to get that camera because
Really?
it shoots 30 frames per second.
Yeah, so you can go.
So you can literally post a video out of a photo burst.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, it'd be cool to meet him. It'd be cool to meet a ton of
dude, I'd like
guys.
kill to pick his brain.
Yeah.
Kill to pick his brain. He's got such like a different style. I think the way he edits like sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
But people eat it up, and like obviously LeBron James likes it. So like, why did you go with that kind of like style. His whites are like super blown out.
Yeah.
His blacks are like super raised. It's like a weird style.
Yeah.
But it works for what he shoots and the
Yeah.
people he shoots for. So it's like, what made you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so non-traditional.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've gotten a lot of people like commenting about how like the style, I have like a very lifestyle-y style, and then I bring it into sports, and like typically it's pretty like white, clean, and warm in different moments. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just don't care. Like whatever anyone has to say about my style, like I've spent so many years like creating it that like I'm
gonna yank
chilling.
them presets out of you.
Yeah, he's like DMing me about my presets. I'm
gonna
nah,
yank them
boy.
presets out of you.
Don't give him up.
Yeah, no.
That's your secret sauce.
You can pay.
Yeah, I was gonna say charge him. He's got the money.
Sell them. People sell their presets all the time.
I know. I don't know. Like, there's a part of me though that it's.
I don't think I ever would. I have a bunch of my own. I don't think I ever would sell my presets.
Yeah. No, it's like you figure
Not
it
the
out.
stuff I
Figure out
actually
what
use.
you like, and then try to achieve it. You
Yeah.
know.
What would you say? That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, what would you say to anybody who's like trying to get into photography or like trying to get their own style? Like, what would your advice be?
Shoot and buy nice, not twice.
That's James's.
Okay, I would definitely say just keep shooting.
Yeah.
And like talk to people. Like having conversations with people have changed my game with everything, honestly. And yeah, I'd say just keep shooting. Like I've never taken one photo course in my life. I've never taken a design course. Like everything that I've done, I've just figured it out, like YouTube, all of that. And honestly, like we're in such a day and age with like the creative space that you don't need to have a 4-year degree to be good at it.
Yeah.
So like, and also like your style should be developed from your like innate,
Your
passion.
artistic,
So
yeah.
I agree with like the human, like the talking to people part, because it's so easy to get stuck behind it.
Thinking about like the team photographers and stuff like that, like they're stuck there.
It's easy to get stuck with your face right here and just not move the whole time and not talk to like the people that are around you, behind you, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like I would find myself shooting weddings and like you're shooting somebody's prep, right? And they're getting dressed, whatever it is, you're taking photos of their details and your face is in the camera and they're just standing there and you see them start to get awkward and it's like, shit, like, fuck, there's a person in front of me.
Yeah.
Because you're so focused on like capturing the exact detail that you're trying to capture and it's like, oh shit, like I'm doing more than just taking photos. Like I'm on this journey on this person's most important day.
Yeah.
Totally. I always am telling like people that like when I was in Miami, like if you can't talk to people and you're a photographer, like it's uncomfortable to be filmed or like having a photo, like a camera in your face.
Most people hate it.
Oh, 100%. I would hate it. Like it's so unnatural. You're not used to it.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time, like you're not used to that. So like the element of being able to talk to people and like make them feel okay is huge. So like being able to talk to people as a creator is huge. Like that's honestly more important in my opinion than like knowing your settings and like all of that, because that'll come. You can get that on YouTube. You can't figure out how to like connect with people, talk to people. Yeah, on YouTube. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And just like if you could talk to somebody, like say Minka like loves you and everything like that. If he doesn't already, but whatever. Say like Minka loves you, you're able to like connect with him. All it could take for him to be is like, oh, so and so needs this done.
100%.
There you go. There's another one.
And the cool thing is like if they feel super good with you, they will do that. Yeah. Like I would do that for anybody.
Because the NFL, like, and I feel like, I mean, I'm not in the NFL or anything, but like it's such a small group of people. Like they all know each other.
I mean, you see it anytime somebody's really hurt on the field. You really see how like it's like
they all know. They're all friends with each other.
Yeah.
No matter they just played. As soon as the game's over, it's like, oh, that's my friend.
Exactly.
Oh, I went to school with him. Probably played with it against him in college at some point. Like
totally.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Do you agree with that? Do you think like?
Yeah, I think shooting's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I might say that because I've done it and whatever, but I think that's the easy part. Mm-hmm. It's easy to sit there and hold the shutter.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest part for you?
Gaining the trust of, especially with weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with weddings. You can see in the photos the end product that you're delivering, whether they were comfortable or not with you.
100%.
Like you can feel like, oh, I didn't really connect with like that couple that well. And you can feel it and see it in the photos.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the camera stuff is easy. Is it hard to gather the funds to invest in good equipment? Sure. That takes a whole lot of time. But getting the work and getting people's trust to continue to invest in you is hard.
Yeah, totally. I think too, like there's so many athletes that like think that like photographers or videographers are like there to like exploit them in a weird way of like, oh, if you post a photo of whoever, like you'll get a ton of likes and followers and whatever. And so like even they're like trying to gain that trust of like, no, like I'm here to do my job, but like it's a big element of trust with athletes for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So how does that kind of stuff work? Like you shoot for Chris and like how do you get permission to post those photos?
I mean, I'm a freelancer, so like I was hired like to like give him all the work and whatever. I don't like work for him. But it's a personal preference that I always deliver my work to them and let them whatever post it, and then I'll like post like on a delayed day typically. Just as like a respect thing, like I want them to have that moment, and I also don't want it to look like I'm there just to post these photos for my own benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like there's no like big process. Like we didn't have that conversation at all because they trust the fact that like I'm not like taking the photo, editing, posting right away. Like I'm there to give them their moments, you know? So yeah.
Definitely like give them their stuff first for sure.
Totally. I know a lot of people that don't do that, and it's
really?
Like, oh yeah.
I feel like that's so fucked up.
It's
like
bad.
It's not even like oh man, like you shouldn't have done that. That is fucked up.
You're using their image for likes and followers, 100%. There are a lot of
post it. You did the work.
This is effed up. There are a lot of like videographers and photographers in CrossFit that will like purposely take like slow-mo videos of like girls in like suits jumping and whatever, like, and post it in slow-mo on Instagram just for the likes and followers, not ask anyone, like not ask the athlete if they can post it, whatever. Just because they know, even before delivering it, just because they know that, like, they'll get a ton of engagement on it. Like, it's like a pretty girl working out with barely clothes on, you know?
Yeah, it's fucked.
And it's like, dang, like, that's when you know, like, I don't know if you're doing it for the right reasons, you know?
Probably not.
Yeah.
What's your, like, goal for 2023 as far as work?
Ooh. Probably, I mean, doing the same thing that I'm doing now, but in a larger capacity, like working with more athletes, I'd say. Like, I have a few weddings this year, but I'm not passionate about weddings. Like, I love, like, being able to be there for them on those days. Like, I'm only shooting people that I'm really connected with for weddings this year. But yeah, as much sports media as I can, like working with professional athletes in any capacity and like making sure that it's meaningful. Like, again, I want to make sure that what I'm putting out there means something to at least them. So yeah. Yeah.
Wedding money is so nice though, man.
I know. You can make a lot of money with weddings.
Dude, I know people that charge like 10 grand. Obviously, they got to pay out other photographers and stuff.
With video, too, you can charge stupid.
Yeah. Second photographer for weddings is like bread and butter.
I'm going to get me a camera.
I mean, you could.
Do some weddings.
You could. There's nothing stopping you.
100%. What are your guys' goals for 2023? Like career and then also just you.
I want to sit where I'm at. I really do. I really don't want to progress, and I don't want to go backwards. I want to just sit where I am and then reevaluate as time goes on.
Interesting.
Because I feel like I took such a big step last year that I gotta just trust that I took that step for a reason and let it play out for a little bit before I take the next one.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was in an Amazon warehouse. Like, when I got out of college, there was no jobs. Nobody, like, I wanted to work for ESPN. I had an internship lined up that ended up getting canceled because, well, not with ESPN, but with CBS Sports, ended up getting canceled. So it was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I had nowhere to go. One of my friends was already working at Amazon as a manager in a warehouse. And he was like, I know it's not the job you want, but like the money's good. And then, you know, stay your year and then bounce or do what you want at Amazon. Like there's tons of opportunity. So my year hit and I was looking at leaving, had a few job opportunities. I could have just stopped and just did the weddings full time. Like the money was good enough to just do that full time. But I was working 4 12-hour overnight shifts and then Friday, Saturday working weddings. Like I was working my ass off.
Yeah.
And then I was about to leave Amazon, just did like a small search on the job finder, like the internal job finder, and saw the job that's up there now for me. And was like, you know what, like I'll apply. And if I hear back from them, maybe I'll stay with the company, maybe not, see what they're going to pay me, see what the opportunity's like. They were like, yeah, like you can have the job, but it's in Nashville. I was like, ouch. I do not want to go to Nashville. And then it was like, you know what? Maybe that'll be good for me.
Yeah.
And it kind of showed me who was like really in my life and who wasn't. Because when I was like, yo, like guys, I'm leaving. There were a few people that I saw were like kind of latched onto me because I did stuff like this. Yeah. And then certain people that were actually my friend.
Yeah.
So when I left and this stuff wasn't present for them no more, I saw them like kind of pull back. And I had like a 6-month grace period to move. So they knew I was moving for like 6 months. So I saw that in real time.
Dang, yeah.
So that was really like eye-opening to me. And then just overall taking the leap to move here was like a lot in like a year span. Also lost a lot of people. My grandmother, my grandfather, my best friend's grandmother, his grandfather. So just everything that happened last year, I want to sit in it for a little bit.
For sure.
Whether it takes 3 months or it takes the whole year, I don't really have a plan, but I definitely need to sit where I am for a little while.
Yeah, I respect that.
I definitely want to meet like new people and grow in that aspect, like more so my personal life.
Yeah.
Work on me, work on, you know, my interests, my work ethic, my hobbies, stuff like that. But as far as career goes, I want to sit where I am for a little while.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It sounds like a deconstruction / transformation year for sure.
Yeah.
Of 2022. I feel that for sure. Same. Yeah.
Well, I feel like 2020 did a good job of that for like most people. Like if you have the right mindset, it's like, because I mean, I was at home for however long during lockdown or whatever, and it's just like, you just like had all this time to just think about things and like where you're at, where you want to be, and stuff like that. At least that's what I did.
I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto with my
I
friends.
played like a lot of PlayStation, but it was just like
like all day.
Like I have nothing going on, so like let me just think about like where I really want to be.
Yeah.
But I'd say for me personally, just obviously keep finishing school. Nothing I could really do with that.
Yeah.
And then just personal growth, like more big into like the fitness again, like finally get into where I want to be with fitness. Keep meeting like new connections. I've been being don't take out the light there, bud. Are you good? All right. But yeah, more fitness, more connections. Like this like past couple months, since I got out of a relationship, I've just like met so many people here.
Yeah.
Like I've met so like many connections I didn't think I would have and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like, that's something I love because I love talking to people. I love meeting new people because I always grew up moving around. So like, so like he said, like who you see kind of is with you like for real and kind of who's just with you because you're there.
Yeah.
Like always moving around, like when I would leave a city, like there's still people I talk to from like Oklahoma.
Like the real ones.
Yeah, like just people I've like talked to I haven't seen in years. Like I'll still talk to them or like I have friends still from Colorado or Florida and it's like okay, like these people were actually like real friends, real connections and then you can't take everybody. That's definitely something I've learned. But yeah, just more personal growth. I feel like this last probably 6 months has just been really good.
That's awesome.
So I'm just trying to keep it moving.
No, I feel that. I feel like, too, like, when you get out of a relationship, you're like, oh, dang, like, you almost have to, like, rethink so many relationships in your life connected to that, too.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, for sure. 2022 for me also was, like, everything for me flipped. Like, I was in a relationship at the beginning of the year. we dated for like 3 years. So that was a big one. And then my best friend who lived here moved back to Minnesota. I quit my job and then completely rethought everything about my career and the approach with it. So like in a weird way, like I super feel you about like wanting to just like take that in. I'm like, there's like this quote that's like, in a year from now, I don't want to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's 100% me. Like, I get so scared about wasting time that I'm always like,
for sure.
I'm like, dang, I got one of these things. I'm going to like sprint. And it's more of a challenge for me to rest than it is to like go all the time. That like I have to remind myself to like chill sometimes because I'll just go.
I feel like we're always kind of reinventing ourselves.
Yeah.
Like at least through the course of a year, like
Yeah.
you just pick up certain things, you drop certain things.
Yeah.
So
The best thing, the one thing that like humans are best at is adapting
yeah.
to everything. Like anything that's ever happened. Like look at how quickly, I mean, did it suck? But like look how quickly the world like adapted to COVID and then it was like it was gone and then now look how we're adapting now.
Yeah.
It's just how we are by nature, most of us.
Yeah, totally. And it's like thank God, honestly, because like I don't know, I feel like I'm so grateful for all the stuff, the really hard stuff of 2022. Like if I wouldn't have looked at any of the things that were wrong, like I don't even want to know where I'd be at this point. So like the things that were like breaking and I didn't want to face it, I was like, dang it, I'm going to face it. And so glad that I did, for sure.
It's the best time I'll never have again.
Yeah, 100%.
Like there's no other way to look at it for me. It's the best time I'll never have again.
Yeah.
And I didn't focus on myself at all. Like I was so focused on like, obviously you focus on yourself. You're never just completely detached from who you are. But you get so caught up in, oh, like I got this new job opportunity. I'm working these 4 shifts and then what am I going to do like this weekend? Do I go to shoot a Philly game? Do I go to a wedding? Like what's next? What's next? And then it kind of slowed down now that I have this job because it's a lot slower paced.
For sure.
So I do want to sit in that and focus more on myself for at least a little while.
Totally. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Also get some time in my role just to like, not resume boost, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But just to get that tenure of like, okay, like I did this for a year. What did I learn? What didn't I learn? What can I grow doing something else?
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys have like mantras? Like things that like I really don't, but like sometimes people do. Like things that you always repeat in your head. I
do.
Is it a tattoo?
No.
Okay.
It's I don't even know if this is a mantra, but this clip like is burned into my brain, and it's from Goggins, and it's like just him who's gonna carry the logs.
You do say that all the time.
Say that shit all the
he says it all the time.
Cause like I'll be like sitting here like there's just be like at work or like whatever. Like I'll scream it too. Like I'll be at work and we'll be in the back and like they're bitching. I'm just like I'm like, who's gonna carry the logs in the boats? And I was like I'm gonna carry that. I'm gonna carry it. And I don't know why. Like it's burned in my head. Just like I didn't hear him when he's like they don't know me, son. They don't know. Like when I'm lifting, like doing chest or anything, I'll just say it in my head. I'm like, who's gonna carry the logs? It just gets me through it.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
I kind of have. I wouldn't call it a mantra. I just do say it to myself a lot. I just say it is what it is. Like I know me. I know me very well to the point where if I'm really, really passionate about something and I really want to do it, it's getting 110% out of me.
Yeah.
So if I didn't do it, if I didn't give it 110%, I really didn't want it that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I really didn't want to do it. Even if I told myself I wanted to, if I didn't give it everything I had, I really didn't want to do it. So whatever the result is, it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel
and then
that.
at the same time, if I gave it 110%, what more could I have done?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is what it is. Like it was either going to fall into place or it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And that was something I struggled with, I guess last year. I felt like I'd lost like all control because so much uncontrollable stuff was happening. I feel like I lost all control of like what I could do.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to accept that, and I really struggled with it because it's like, damn, like I normally have a lot more impact or a lot more of my hand in the pot of what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of reflected into this year of like not everything's going to go your way.
Yeah. It's a freeing thing.
And it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
If it was, what's the point?
I'm a big
Right.
one on like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It took me like a while just to be like, because for a while like I always was like, oh, this isn't fair. Like why me? Why me? Why me? And then I was just like I went through everything I went through, and it made me stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, my family's been through a lot, just like the past couple of years, just overall. Like, I have a special needs sister.
Okay.
That was very hard, like, growing up.
Yeah.
My grandmother's house, like, got flooded away and like, Hurricane Sandy, like, all this bad stuff has happened. So when my apartment flooded and I told my mom, she was, like, really upset. And she's like, why me? Like, why does this always happen to us? I'm like, it's got to happen to somebody. Like, it is what it is. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, let's get after it.
Yeah.
If it's going to happen, I can't stop it
I
from
love
happening.
that.
If it's going to happen, let's do it.
Yeah.
Sure. There was this one, like, it was kind of insensitive, it seemed like. I don't know the context of the clip, but it was the baby. And he was like, whatever God got for me, like, let's do it. I'm going to keep my head up, my chin up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a smile on my face. Let's do it. I don't care what it
that's
is.
sick.
Like, let's do it. I don't know what he was talking about. He could have very well been talking about, like, gang violence for all I know. But the way it was pulled out was very, like, relatable. It's like, whatever's coming for me, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it now.
Yeah. I'm definitely split, like, kind of like, I'm split between it is what it is a lot of times and, like, I'm going to make it, like, become what it is, kind of, because, like, I'm such an action-oriented person that, like, I'm always like, it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, it's made to be. Like, that's
True.
also something that, like, I think about all the time, where it's, like, I find myself, like, if I'm feeling really powerless about something, I'll be like, oh, like, it's meant to be, whatever. But then if I'm feeling really inspired about something, I'm like, no, like, I got this. So for me, it's like, it's kind of a balance of both, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like probably if I had to pick a mantra, it would be, if others can do it, so can I. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like growing up, like, I had very little confidence about my ability with a lot of different things. And it's just, like, I've built that, like, over reps of, like, in my career and in, like, relationships and all of those different things that, I don't know, I fully think that, like, if I want to do something, like you said, it's going to be 110, you know?
Someone's going to carry the laws and votes. It might as well be you.
It's going to be me.
It might as well be you. It might as well be you. Someone's going to do it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I say, like, now, like, as far as who I am, like, how comfortable I am with myself and, like, my confidence, I feel like I've never been more confident right now.
I've just become so self-aware, dude.
Yeah.
Like, even when I do something wrong, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. Let me apologize for that.
That's so cool.
And I don't think I had that before last year.
Really?
I think I very much was like, it was wrong, whatever.
Yeah. What flipped
like,
that
it is what it
for
is.
you guys? Because I feel like dudes, like, are definitely at different rates.
Yeah. For me, probably, obviously everything I went through, like, medically.
For sure.
A lot of, like, family stuff I've had going on since high school to now. Getting out of, it was probably, like, my first, like, super serious relationship, because, like, she's part of the reason I moved out here.
Sure.
It's like getting out of that and then having the space of, like, I'm just here pretty much by myself. So, like, having to, like, not fit in, but, like, making new friends and everything.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, that growth from, like, everything is just kind of, I feel like, all kind of forming together now.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, I've just finally, like, feel like just keep chipping away. It's like that picture.
Yeah.
Like, the miners, and, like, one's about to hit the diamond, and then one's, like, just, like, still on rocks, but he, like, gives up or something like that. It's like, it's just kind of like that.
Yeah. For sure.
I think what flipped for me was, like, seeing what I could do for myself, seeing how much opportunity I could create, but then at the adverse, seeing both sides of it. Like, this could have not happened.
Yeah.
And I have to pick and choose when I want certain things to happen in my life, because it can't always go your way.
Right.
Yeah.
It can't.
A lot of the times it doesn't either.
It can't.
Yeah.
It can't always go your way. So who are you when it doesn't? And I had to be self-aware enough to see when it's not going my way.
Yeah.
Because in the past, I always had, you have your parents there to kind of make it go away. Or you have your friends around you to help you make it go away. When I moved here, I don't think moving here is what made it happen, but moving here definitely made me realize that you put yourself to bed every night.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can hang out with X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You look in that mirror every night. Nobody else is in it.
Yeah.
So you better figure out who that other guy in the mirror is.
I always say that too.
Yeah, for sure.
And like my mom, it's like it's one of the things I say. It's like well, I always like, well, at the end of the day, I'm the one who tucks myself in.
Yep.
And my mom gets mad when I say it. Like, I'm like, but it's like the truth. It's like you could have a great support system. You could have everything
Yeah, and that's
that
awesome.
you need to be successful. But at the end of the day, like, if you don't want it for yourself, or you're not going to go out and get it, or you're going to make a million excuses for why you can't do something,
Yeah.
none of that stuff matters.
Totally.
So you just have to be comfortable with yourself as a person.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like, even on, like, in the moments where, like, I know I haven't given it my all, like, I have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And
you have
in
to
the
live with everything you do.
100%. And, like, in the moments where, like, I 100% show up and do my thing, like, I'm going to live with that too. So, yeah.
I would say another thing, I guess, like, mantra on the topic of mantras that I kind of live by. I got it from one of my friends. His dad passed away when we were in, like, middle school. He always says it, like, even to this day. Like, obviously, you know, that stuff sticks around forever.
Yeah.
But they're doing much better now. But he always said and still says, like, day by day to see a better day. And the way I interpret that is, like, you can accomplish everything you'd have wanted, right? And then have the worst day of your life.
Yeah.
But just try and make that next day a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the next day, the next day, the next day.
For sure.
That's the one thing, like, you have to be relentless with stuff like that, because not every day is going to be great. Like today at the gym, I wanted to leave the second I started working out, like the literal second. But if I stopped and I left, then tomorrow's going to feel like that.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to get there tomorrow and be like, fuck, I want to go home.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go home. Then the next day is going to feel like it'll never stop. So you just have to, you got to get through those ruts, and you just got to break through stuff like that, because it won't always feel like that. Because I remember days where going to the gym twice a day felt phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And too, like, if it feels comfortable, like, and so familiar, it's probably not a good sign. Like, you know, like, that's something that, like, even with, like, I don't know, like, career stuff, relationships, all of those things, that, like, if it's the same comfortability, familiar day in and day out, like, how much growing are you doing?
I think it's, like, the monotonous comfortability. Like, the stuff that isn't benefiting you.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a line. There's a line that gets drawn. Like, you can get comfortable. Like, I met Nick 8 months ago. I'm very comfortable with Nick. I feel like I could tell Nick anything. That's a healthy comfortable.
For sure.
I feel like where I was at home, where it's like, oh, like, you know, I can do whatever I want because my parents are here and my friends are around.
Yeah.
That kind of comfortable can kind of really get you stuck in one place for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hard to justify or even comprehend what comfortable is good and what isn't.
To me, I would say it's more like being like a zombie. Like, I've definitely like comfortable with certain things, but like, it's like, if don't really see myself progressing or anything, and I'm just waking up and doing the same 4 or 5 things in the day, and then waking up and doing the same thing again and again and again and again. It's like, that's the part where I need to like kind of reassess stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's like the healthy routines that you do on a daily basis that could be good. That's like, I don't know. I feel like conversation is necessary with stuff like that. And you got to have that conversation with people you trust.
Yeah.
People that aren't, like, I had a lot of, and there's nothing wrong with this, but a lot of my friends at home, they're like, oh, like, you're doing great, you're doing this. I'm like, well, I want somebody that's going to tell me what I need to be doing a little bit better.
100%.
You know? Because a lot of my friends at home haven't taken the leap that I've taken. And honestly, a lot of people in the world haven't taken the leap that all of us have taken in coming here or going anywhere else. So it's hard to talk to people that aren't in a like situation because they don't have that perspective.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, to them,
and their feedback is so biased to their own life.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to them,
Like,
this is a huge step, and it's like what they strive for.
Yeah. I mean, I have like family members and stuff too. Like, they always grown up in like the same town, like small town. They have families there, that everybody they know is there, and they just like never leave.
Yeah.
And, like, I had like certain people, family members, like tell me like, oh, I wish I'd come out here. It's like, well, why don't you? Because to me, I'm just always with that mindset, but I guess it's also because I never grew up in one house for my whole life.
Yeah.
I just always grew up traveling. It's like wherever you call home, you could always move back.
100%.
But you're not gonna want to be 30, 40 years old just now taking that risk.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh well, yeah, it's way more scary as you get older.
Totally.
So it's like I just tell them, I'm like, you could always move home. I was like, the worst thing you're
100%.
gonna want to do is sit there and then always say what could have been, or I wish I did this.
Yeah. Totally. I think like life feels like such a constant balance of like you don't have enough time and like you do have enough time. Like living my life thinking I don't have enough time, I'm living it in so much anxiety of like I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I sit back and I'm like, no, I have time to enjoy this and like I have time to like be present and like be with my people, like all that, like they're both so effective.
Yeah.
You know, it's a balance.
That's why I keep like I've been getting like really good about this is like I feel like us being like so young and everything like that, like I feel like we never take the time to actually like appreciate what we're doing because we're always like, well, I don't have this or I need this, I need that. It's like dude, we have a roof under our head, we're like eating meals a day, like we have showers, like we're fine. Like if we just like take 1 second to be like one of our friends just got like a promotion in his job. It's like, just take that second to be like, damn, like you are doing it. So just like appreciate it. Yeah. It's good to be hungry. It's good to still want more, but like you could be worse off.
Oh, for
so you just got to appreciate where you're going.
For sure.
And where you're at.
Yeah.
I feel like I got nothing but time. I don't know why. I just always felt like that. I still do. I feel like I got nothing but time.
I mean, I feel like I have a lot of time. I don't like to waste
I want to use it effectively.
No, yeah.
100%.
Just because you don't know.
But I don't want to think about the end, so I don't think about how much time I got.
Oh, for sure. There's like this, I don't know if you guys have like heard the book or whatever. It's called 4,000 Weeks. Have you read that or anything?
No.
The concept of it is pretty cool. It's basically like the average age of somebody in the U.S. is 78 when they die. And that equates to about 4,000 weeks. And when you think about like 4,000, the number, it's not a lot. And especially like if we're in our 20s, like that's already like around 1,000 done or whatever. And so like that's something that it's like when you start to look at your life in weeks, it's like that's such a motivator for me, honestly, is like, and you don't know also, too, if you're going to die unexpectedly in the middle and you actually only have, 10 left?
Yeah.
So, like, that's something that I think about a lot. And I'm like, am I doing what I want to be doing? Like, do I feel good about this? Like, am I cool with the relationships in my life? Like, it's just a big check for me, honestly. Yeah. Like, and, yeah, I try not to, like, let it stress me out because, like, that's not the point of it. But it's definitely there to like have some accountability and like, no, you have one of these things, you know, like
that's and it's so weird. I feel like my life started like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like mine started last year.
Because you don't have any freedom as a kid. Sure, my parents let me do whatever I wanted.
Yeah,
whatever I wanted to do.
You don't have like financial freedom.
Yeah,
you don't have freedom to make no decisions for yourself.
Yeah,
at all.
Not even really in college.
It's like such a weird concept, and it makes me regret a lot of not choices I made, but just things that I spent my time on.
Yeah.
As like a high schooler or a college student, like I don't know. It's weird because at the same time, I love going out. I love hanging out with my friends. I love doing nothing with my friends and shit like that. Like we all do. But when it was in college, like I wasn't doing that because it was a choice. It was just like what we were doing. Yeah. We were just doing that shit. Now it's like, now we're like, do we really want to go out this weekend? Do we really want to sit around and do nothing?
Yeah.
Or we can go do this, this, and this and be a little more productive. Like now, it's a choice.
Yeah.
Like I sat on my couch today at 1:00. I was like eating lunch, watching a show. And one of my friends had texted me. He was like, yo, what are you up to? Nothing, sitting on the couch. He's like, oh, I'm about to go to the gym. And I was like, maybe I should go. Maybe I should make the choice to get off my ass and just, you know, embrace the suck that's about to go happen.
Yeah.
And I bet tomorrow I'll feel great in the gym.
Yeah.
Probably feel like $1 million tomorrow. So.
For sure.
It's just like such a freeing thought of like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. For sure.
And I feel like that just started. So I'm excited for that.
Well, I feel like our adulthood just started.
Yeah.
Is a better word for it.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't have to start this late, though.
No.
It's just like the system.
It depends what you want to do.
It's just the system we've been dragged into. I don't know.
Yeah. Like Joe Rogan does a good job of explaining this with like, he was talking about his daughter, about how his daughter is like, I really like reading, but school makes me hate it. And like, I really like history, but school makes me hate it. Like humans like the stuff, we like learning about stuff. Mm-hmm. But like the rigid structure of school, like, yeah, we need it for sure. But a lot of times it makes us hate it because it's like, it's not free. Like you're not doing it out of interest or like because you want to learn or you want to be there and you want to apply yourself. That like, it's just an interesting thought of like, yeah, you're very restricted for most of your life. And then when you actually get the freedom to do it, like a lot of people just fall in the same line of, I'm going to do this because I have to.
Mm-hmm. Think about how many hours you spent of your life in a calculus, algebra, geometry class. I use none of that.
Me neither. Yeah. You don't get it back.
I'll never get that time back. Why the fuck did I have to learn that?
Me taking music appreciation for...
Like, come the fuck on, bro. Like, why are we still teaching this shit?
Literally.
If you want to know about that stuff, it is so easy to find out. I will grab that TV remote, go on YouTube, and look up how to do algebra.
Yeah.
If that's really what my heart wanted to do, it's that easy. Mm-hmm. Teach me life. Like, teach me life lessons. Teach me how to do my damn taxes. Teach me things that I need to be an adult in life.
Yeah.
I feel like we could be adults at, like, 16 in this country, but we just don't have the freedom to do so. Mm-mm. We're so, like, held back.
Yeah, 100%.
And people, I feel like the only people that actually use or know how to use any algebra, calculus, or anything like that are math teachers.
Yeah.
Engineers. So you're teaching that's that too, the people that are using it for things like that. But if I didn't want to be an engineer.
Yeah. No, I feel
then
it.
What?
Teach me the basics. That's all I need to know in high school.
Too, unless you're STEM, like you really don't even need a degree. Mm-mm. Like both of y'all, like being photography, like what did you learn out of your degree for like what you currently do?
I didn't learn nothing in school.
Because to me, like,
I just got the piece of paper.
If you're doing business, it's going to be, are you like relatable? Can people like trust you? Do they feel comfortable with you? Because at the end of the day, like everybody in business, they know you're trying to sell them something.
Right.
That's bottom line. That's what it is. But the people who get the sales or not, it's like, did you make that person feel like comfortable with you?
Do you, sure. Your degree is technically in law, right?
Mm-hmm. Legal studies and sociology of law.
So it's like two different sides of a coin. I have the degree and you don't. I didn't learn nothing, though. Mm-hmm. I just had really cool professors that worked in cool fields. Like one of my professors was like the head editor at Dateline for like 20 years. Mm. One of them was Lester Holt.
Oh, sick.
His producer for like 15 years.
Damn, okay.
But I didn't learn nothing from that guy. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like he'd give me feedback on projects and I'm like, what?
Yeah, did you see it?
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
But I don't know.
I think honestly, if I would have went to school for it, it would have changed like my perspective on like I don't know, like the more I would have sat in a classroom trying to learn something that I already cared about or like had an interest in, I think I would have disliked it more.
They tried to teach us a lot of like the production side of things and like the studio side of things, where I was more interested in the camera stuff. Mm. So like more roles like directing and things like that, like off camera roles.
Yeah.
Or even being on camera. I had more interest in the cameras themselves, so I kind of just YouTubed and learned myself. And then when it came time for them to teach that stuff, I already knew it.
Yeah.
So like everybody else was learning things that I already knew because that was the only thing I really cared about.
Yeah.
So I kind of just took, really all that college showed me is what I wanted to do. I would have never figured out that I wanted to do this if I didn't go. Never. But I do regret going because I wasted a ton of money. Like, I still pay that money every month. Yeah. That stuff sucks, but I don't know. I'm definitely grateful for the experience, but outside of that.
I think I needed time to figure myself out a bit, for sure. Like, I needed those years to, like, mess up a lot and then, like, fix it and all that. But I didn't need 4 years studying something that, like, I just chose because like you have to choose it essentially as a freshman. Like you don't know anything as a freshman. You're like, I'm doing this because I guess I'm good at it.
That's why people like
Like
are in college for like never the 4 years. Because like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you want me to decide what I'm gonna do for the next 60 at 18
and you have to
19
start,
19
like,
years
the credit
old.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like it all has to add up from the start of a freshman. I'm like, bro.
I remember when I switched my major, the advisor of like the film school was like, you shouldn't do this. I'm like, why? He's like, because you don't really know if you want to do it. And as of right now, you're going to have to take summer and winter class to graduate on time. I was like, nah, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. And I took like a lot of classes that first semester, a lot the second semester. I came back senior year, and he's like, you need to do summer and winter classes. I'm like, why? Like, I need X amount of credits. I could take this semester and that semester. He's like, yeah, but the schedule doesn't line up. I was like, all right, well, I'm not taking summer and winter class. So if I have to come back for an extra semester, cool, whatever. I took like the max amount of credits that you could in a semester. That semester, the next semester I had 2 classes and I graduated. So like they put all this like they didn't want me to graduate. It felt like he put all this pressure on like, you shouldn't do this. You have to take winter classes. You have to take summer classes. But like it just didn't make any sense. I ended up taking no classes my last semester of college to where I was working weddings 3 days a weekend, like 3 days a week every week.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing to do, literally nothing to do, and I didn't play soccer my last semester, my senior year, because it was fall. And the season was like over in the spring, or it was spring. The season was over in the fall. I was going to practice with them in the spring just to graduate.
Yeah.
Like,
dang.
So I literally had nothing to do. And that's basically how I learned how to do this stuff was I had all that time to shoot weddings and things like that. So I shot everything that I possibly could.
Yeah.
But
that's wild.
Such a weird time.
For sure.
100%. Yeah, college was goofy.
Yeah, I hated it. I
had a
loved it.
hate with it.
I loved it, but
liked
boy, do I hate it now.
Yeah. All I did was go out for like the first 2 years of college, and then I was like, okay, Karly. And then just became super school obsessed because I thought law school, and then I was like, not that.
The 31st every month. I hate college. But I did enjoy it. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I'd be ignorant to say I shouldn't have done it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I won't push my kids to do it. If they want to, I'll support it, but like I'll never be like you have to go to college.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, me too. I didn't, for sure.
Which is weird because neither of my parents went to college. So it's like but I don't know. It's definitely I think by the time like I have a kid or whatever, it'll be a lot different.
For sure.
Like you're starting to see a lot of jobs open up now that don't require college degrees. They want you to see your experience.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely won't pressure my kids to do it. Big pressure for my parents to do it, though.
Dude, I'm excited for this game on Sunday.
Joe Scheist?
No. Me.
Oh.
Playing basketball.
I was talking about Joe Scheist.
Fucking Joe Burrow, man.
I'm excited about that game.
I mean, me too. You know our game's during it, right?
That's a bitch.
It is.
I have my phone on the YouTube TV in the court.
I know.
Gonna call a timeout we're gonna burn them timeouts.
They're gonna be like, yo, it's 4th and 1 in the 4th quarter last drive.
Timeout.
We're gonna be like, ref, come the fuck on. Like
hook it up to an ox.
Right?
I'm actually gonna go so dummy. I hope we play like a shit team and we just like
oh my god.
On them.
I just need that competition back, dude.
I'll throw an elbow if
I need it. I need to get my shit off.
I'm sure you guys will too.
I mean, I feel like we got a tall team.
I don't care about the height, bro.
Me, you.
I'm the shortest one we got.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Like you're not too tall.
But I'm going through the starting lineup. Me, you, Pat. Who else is there? Brad.
I play a lot bigger than I am, though.
I always play big.
You would think I was like a 6'2" point guard.
Why?
Just the play style I play with. I don't shoot much. More like attacking the rim and stuff.
That's how I've always been.
It's a big game.
Huge. Absolutely
It's
huge.
going to determine the whole season.
It's going to literally.
Yeah. Wait, it's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Do you have a team name?
Yeah,
Tin Roof Runners.
Tin Roof Runners.
Gotta go. Well,
We need to figure out.
I expected nothing less.
We need to figure out what we're wearing. It's got to look a little.
You guys should do
synced up.
custom tin roof jerseys.
That's what I was saying. We
Get
need
nice
them to.
We thought
sponsorship.
about
If
it.
we could get a sponsor from them, bro.
I know one of the owners of Tin Roof.
Like the company?
Yeah.
Jesus. They probably make a shit ton of money. They're all over the place now.
Yeah.
Yep. He does CrossFit.
I don't know how they make any money at like $5 a drink, but shit, they must be doing it.
I know how they make their money.
Because we're there every damn weekend. That's how they make their money.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure you guys know.
I'm personally funded to that.
Yeah.
To that.
Tell them we said thank you. Or
Thank you.
No, tell them.
A little tin
Not
roof
even thank you. Tell them
I'll
we said.
introduce you guys.
Tell them we said you're welcome.
Oh, introduce us for sure. Maybe we could
Be fire.
go up there and get free Rumples for life.
There you go.
Just kidding. But no, that would actually be sick to meet him. I would thank him because that's my favorite bar here.
Yeah, we met a lot of people
The
there.
Midtown one, right?
It's a great place to meet people.
Oh, for
I
sure.
feel like if you go there for with the right mindset or the right intentions, it's fine.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
could very easily get caught up in like a whole lot of bullshit there.
Yeah.
But
Have you guys ever been in a fight drunk?
In college.
Really? I've always Okay.
No, you don't want to.
No, I know, but I've always wanted to be in one to say I've been in one.
It's not all that hyped up. You do whatever.
I think I'd be freaking gnarly.
And then both of y'all get kicked out. And then you just at that point hope you don't go.
well, at the bar, it's a shitty place to fight.
Yeah.
No, I know. You can take it outside.
Like here I would never.
Like a
fight
house
anybody.
party in college? What?
No,
Let's throw
in
it down.
college. But our college bars at Troy was a little different because I went to Troy first. So it was just like redneck country. So you could just beat somebody's ass and they're just
Oh, that
like,
would
yeah, go
scare
home.
the shit out of me.
Yeah, I have some crazy friends. Shout out Swamp.
What's up?
What's up, Swampy? Hope you're doing good.
What's up, Swampy?
This is his nickname.
Yeah, you see Lou posted a picture of him in Nashville?
Nah, did he really?
Yeah, commented, I said redeem team.
Let me see.
One of our, my best friend, all right, so how me and Nick met. My best friend from home moved to Pensacola, Florida with his brother. And Nick lived in Pensacola for a little bit. And they met down there. So when I moved here, he was like, yo, like one of my friends from Pensacola moved to Nashville. Like, you guys should link up. Cool. So Nick's been trying to get Louis, that's his name, to come down to Nashville since he's moved here.
Yeah.
Louis like, nah, I'm not coming. I came. Louis was like, all right, I'll come. We went out to Tin Roof. He didn't make it out the next night.
Oh,
He had a
really?
rough night.
Yeah, oh, I bet.
Because it's a lot.
It is
Going
a
out
lot.
here is way different than anywhere I've ever been out.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
I said the comeback kid. But no, I told him too. Like I told him, I was like, yo, Lou, like, I was like, we drink differently out here. And
It's
he was
just-
like, it's just the level of drinking.
I don't even know. It's just weird. It's not like we drink more. It's just like happening so much faster
Yeah.
than like I was
A lot
used
of
to.
bars, a lot of, yeah.
Well, yeah, because everything here is so like, at least as far as like the nightlife is always just happening. Like
Totally.
I'm sure we could go to find a bar right now that is slam packed.
Oh yeah.
So it's like we're just like always around. It's like the vibe's always upbeat, so we're always like having a good time. Like we probably don't realize it,
yeah.
like how much we are drinking. But like I went out in Pensacola. It's not like it's whatever. Like it's always like somewhat chill, like whatever. So it's like you're not you're drinking out there. Yeah, you get a buzz. Like oh, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like here, it's like oh,
You're like on to the next bar.
it's like where's my
Yeah.
feet at right now? And then
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I always tell people when they come here, I was like, don't try to catch because it's not gonna be good.
You can't catch up here. You'll fall on your face.
That's why, like, most of the times, too, I'd never, like, if my friends or they go out and I'm, like, not already at the pregame, I don't go. Just because I don't want to pay those consequences.
The night that you remember, I think it was the Friday night, you were already out because you met them after
Yeah,
work.
that was the only instance I've done it because they
But
were already out and they were hammed. I was like shit, but it was, like, still, like,
Yeah.
or it was, like, still, like, early enough. It was, like, just now 10, so it was, like, It's like, okay.
I think I got in at like 11 and I was like, oh shit, like let me catch up. And I ended up like at like 12 o'clock. I was like, why do I feel like this?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here all night.
Yeah.
And that's just like the shittiest way to drink is to do it
100%.
so quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'd rather get drunk over the course of 2 hours than do it all in 45 minutes because then you feel like shit.
I love day drinking.
Oh, me too.
That's like my favorite.
That's why, again, like for
like in
summer
the spring,
here. Because I would say
go.
I don't like Broadway, but I do like Broadway in the summer when you could just be like on the Tootsie's roof or the stage roof.
Yeah.
Do your thing during the day, in bed by like 9, 10.
No, that's literally my
It's
jam.
the best.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a little suntan, like it's nice.
You're chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Especially too, like Midtown, like because you haven't seen it yet, but like Midtown and like the Mumbrian, like in the summer, it's nice because then all those bars have those open patios in the front.
Yeah.
So like they'll have like cornhole going on, just like
People are chilling.
oh yeah, big
It's a vibe.
chills. Have you been to the Virgin Hotel?
Mm-mm.
Super fun in the summer.
Really?
Yeah, they have it's open to anybody. Like you could just go to the pool.
Really?
Like the pool is open to anybody. They have like a full bar up there. They have,
that's
They have a
cool.
DJ. I'm pretty sure they have like a decent brunch kind of thing going on with like mimosas and stuff like that.
Oh, that's sweet.
But it's really cool.
Dang. I feel like I haven't been to that many places, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been
Go to
to
the
a
same
couple of
stuff.
places. Have you ever been to oh, not Rosemary, Flamingo? That's in like Houston Wedgwood, but it's like it's kind of like a Rosemary, but it's inside.
Really?
It's not outside.
Oh, I'd
It's like
love
super like house kind of EDM kind of bar.
it. That's
like,
cool.
super cool. Like it's
I
like a
would love
bougie bar.
that.
Like their beers, they're just called beer and
Okay.
like stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's cool.
That's sweet.
Lakeside Lounge was a vibe.
I've never been there.
It's in
That's
East.
in the East.
Yeah.
It was
that's
so
vibey.
chill.
That's cool.
Up Down's cool.
Yeah, I've been there.
That's like the big one in the East.
I love Rosemary's.
Yeah,
It's my jam.
definitely ready for that weather to. Even like the 60s, that's good enough for me.
Yeah,
to
not
go.
like 40s
No,
and
yeah,
50s.
not
I'm
wearing
not
out-
doing
I'm not.
it.
I don't like wearing a jacket on the roof. Like,
No,
no, I'm good.
you're good.
But yeah. Karly killed it.
I
Yeah.
killed it.
We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Let's go.
It's a good one.
That's long. That's the longest
the
we've done. I'm going to have
Really?
a whole lot of fun editing this one.
Yeah, have
You
fun.
said you just
Have fun, James.
take it and upload it.
Yeah, but I pull clips and stuff from it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some good clips.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Thanks for coming on. We
Oh my
appreciate
gosh,
it.
of
Yeah,
course.
thanks for coming on. You were a great guest.
Thank you.
Nick, since I brought us in, you send us out, buddy.
All right, as always, thank y'all for checking in again on the Not From Nash episode 6.
6 it
Episode
is.
6 with Karly. Do we have one on for Thursday? Is our boy coming in?
Who knows, bro?
Do you? Maybe. All right.
Who knows?
TBD.
Thursday TBD. If not, I might be able to pull one out the hat. But thank y'all as always, and we'll catch up with y'all next time.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
The whole town's gonna know I'ma throw it down. I'm stepping out, everybody's gonna know that I'm here. Drop a whole paycheck on a bunch of buckets of beer. Boy, the whole damn place is gonna get around. Yeah, everybody's gonna know that I'm stepping out.